brand new banger.
It's Nukkle HeDD Comics Tuesday. It's fucking Tuesday. We got Lay in the building. We got Cap in the building. Cabs can't make it tonight, but he's here in spirit. On Lay.
My man, just chilling, brother, chilling.
What's up, Cap? How you doing?
Doing pretty good.
Is that and the father goes shamefully? That's my son. And the other guy goes shamefully. Orion goes, that's my father. Choose fear and hate to run your life. Something you can't do. That was wrong with me from the beginning. I was doing it that way. I was gonna go down that path. I worried.
You thought it was Grayson?
Sorry, got hurt. Not him. Not him.
Crack his brain for somebody, anybody that can help, and remembers. Freeze.
The media.
Randall Savage.
Randall Savage. With his knowledge and all other shit and his capacity to learn.
Absolutely.
This is the only vegan I'll ever eat is grilled chicken wings, because that's like vegan to me. You know what I'm saying? Because the chicken wings are supposed to be fried, but you grill the chicken wings and you put it in some sauce and give it some blue cheese.
Is vegan.
That's vegan. Like regular moo cow fuck milk. Put it in some Honey Nut Cheerios. Vegan, because Honey Nut Cheerios is good for your heart. You know what I'm saying? Can I steal the question from Cabs?
I got it right. Look at this.
I would also like to steal. I would also like to steal. I would also like to steal.
You're too late.
Wow.
I stay loose, I stay hype. I stay loose, I stay hype. I stay loose, I stay hype. I could do this all night, cause I do what I like. Yeah, I do what I like. Yeah, I do what I like. Sipping goose, if it's right. And I go with the flow. Yeah, I go with the flow. Yeah, I go with the flow. Cause I know I'm the show. In the zone, here I go. In the zone, here I go. In the zone, here I go. Yeah, they know I'm a pro. Let's go, let's go! Yeah! Let's go! Here I go, I get lit, I get hyped for this shit! Right.
Word. He be like, I got a left elbow and a right elbow. I can break your face with an any elbow. Make sure that you get elbowed in your elbow with an elbow. Got the arm ball, get the phone ball, get around with the bomb with the bomb ball.
Daddy's gonna take you to Jersey Shore.
We didn't want you.
Show. That's why he left.
I was gonna say, how did he make it all the way to the last part of the intro and then say, you know what? Doses, oses. At least we got to the end of the intro today, because yesterday Restream said, nah.
Yeah.
Restream said, you don't get to hear left elbow with a right elbow.
Word.
But what's going on, everyone? What's up?
Not much. I'm ready for this topic, because this is something that's bugging me, and just overall the view of different alignments, as we say in D&D.
Nice.
It's something that's been gnawing at me for a while. So,
Gotcha. But here we go. Want to acknowledge Normal Guy was first again. Now we got Mr. Low Key with the second. Bitching about my own company like CF. Damn.
Word.
Well, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Nukkle HeDD Comics.
You sure?
We have any news before we get into our main event discussion.
Yeah, the trailer for Agatha All Along dropped 2 days ago.
yeah.
And I actually saw it, and I'm sitting here, I'm like, I was a little confused, because I'm like, wait a minute. Did she lose her powers and her memory and became a cop, or did she become a cop because she lost her powers?
Now, my belief is Wanda trapped her inside her own mind.
Mm.
So
she
this
doesn't
is
know
another Westview scenario where she's a cop because she thinks like that's how she's thinking in this little cage that she's trapped in. And Aubrey Plaza is going to be the character who slowly drags her out.
Okay.
Which, you know what? I'm on record as saying that Agatha all along is probably one of the biggest who gives a shits of the year. And after that trailer, I'm not one of those people who are starting to give a shit. That trailer looked interesting. And if you can give me anything close to Werewolf by Night, I'm on board.
Yeah.
Yeah, that man, that's something I still. I know what it had to be for the Halloween season, but it was like if we could have gotten a little more, that would have been awesome, and then a little more connection to everything. But it's all good.
I have no idea who Aubrey Plaza is playing just yet. I think they named the character, but either the character is on purpose being like a red herring, or she's just not somebody who I believe is in the comics. I'm not gonna lie. The only thing I know about Agatha is she helped raise Wanda and Pietro, and then she joined up with the Midnight Suns and was ushering them for a little bit. Argentina versus Canada.
Yeah, that's that is going on.
What, is that in curling?
In football, Copa America.
Curling is the only sport we recognize in the Olympics.
Yo, that's the only sport I'll watch in the Winter Olympics religiously.
Argentina.
Yeah, it's the only time, like when you watch the What's Mr. Dog show, that's the only time you can say bitch without it being derogatory.
Mm-hmm.
When you watch curling in the Olympics, that's the only time you can turn around like, use that brush, bitch, and it's not derogatory. Sweep, god damn it.
Oh shit, they're playing it. Oh shit, they're playing in MetLife. Oh,
She
so I
actually
probably know
doesn't have
people
a-
there.
Oh, she doesn't have a character name.
That's what I'm saying. I don't.
It says she's in one episode, and then there's a bunch of people that are in one episode.
Because I think they're purposely hiding shit from us.
Okay.
I mean,
With a show like this, I think it needs to be like.
Yeah, I mean, I think all these fucking shows should be like that, so that way we could be surprised. Because when you start looking shit up, you fucked up. Because like, imagine if we would have been like, "Yo, Shaka Khan's in this," you're like, "What?" And it ruined it when Shaka Khan fucking singing the song, "Ain't nobody love me better, make me happy, make me feel this way." We're just gonna be looking at her like, "This bitch." Shit, when she was in Breaking All the Rules, we was all hyped. We was like, "Oh shit!" Ray hasn't seen that movie. He don't know what that's about.
Well, turn your eye towards me because I don't know what the fuck movie that is.
The one with Queen Latifah and the Pink Panther, where she's teaching how to be black. He's like, "You got me all messed up in the game."
But Steve Martin?
Yeah.
Wait. Also, isn't that breaking down the house, not the rules?
Yo, first off, don't correct me when I'm talking. All right.
No,
It
because
don't
breaking
matter
all the
what
rules.
it is now. Is breaking down the rules now.
No, because I was like, wait, that's also a different movie though. Because the rules, isn't that a volleyball movie?
I've never heard of Breaking All the Rules.
That is all right. So listen, the name of the movie in Japan was Breaking All the Rules. In America, is Bringing Down the House.
Okay. Because I was like, yo, if it's that movie you're talking about, yo, I had that movie on fucking DVD. I burnt the shit out of that DVD.
And Breaking All the Rules was with Jamie Foxx.
Okay, yeah.
And I have you know that he listened to Chaka Khan while he was writing the fucking movie, the writer of that movie. Okay, so don't give me no bullshit. And second off, we had that movie on VHS. Had that movie on DVD.
They didn't make
Spanish.
fucking Breaking Down the
DVD.
House. They made Breaking Down the House in VHS?
No, they made
Shit.
Breaking 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Okay, I was gonna say.
Our motherfucking
Yo, we're turbo at man.
Laser disc.
laser disc and shit.
Oh shit.
We used to have midgets just run up with the picture saying the goddamn lines. He said he liked her, and then he didn't like her. Now she don't like him.
Yeah, that was a live action rendition of Lollipop Guild.
Word.
Hilarious.
Equidistant.
It's the only big word that Toe knows.
Holy shit! Oh man. Okay.
But other than that, no, yeah, the trailer looked good.
Yeah, no, it definitely did. I'm looking forward to seeing what craziness we get with that. Will Mephisto finally show up?
Well,
You
Nah,
know,
they-
Mephisto is actually going to be in the Ironheart
no,
series.
yeah, but you know they're gonna every fucking episode.
No,
That's gonna be the tweets.
I think New Rockstar learned their lesson.
Oh, they're gonna stop because fucking every episode of WandaVision, we're gonna get Mephisto. We're gonna get Mephisto. We're gonna get the
Yeah, I
season
think he learned his
finale.
lesson.
It's like, yo, it's not happening. Relax. Did you guys check out the trailers for Gladiator 2? And I checked out the Gladiator one.
Yeah, I didn't know there was a Time Bandit one, but the Gladiator 2, Gladiator 2 looks good,
Yeah.
but I'm a little confused because it looks like the first one just redid.
Yeah, they just had to add Pedro Pascal and Denzel.
And Denzel Washington, who still talks like he's from New York, which is a little off-putting. But I'm a little confused because unless he's purposely hiding who he really is, that dude was like, "Oh, I don't remember my mother, my father, or where I'm from." It's like, but you're the queen's son, though. You're the little kid who's with the queen, rooting on Maximus in the first movie.
Yeah.
So how the fuck did you get the? I'm confused as to what the fuck's going on. Because it feels like he's trying to pick up the mantle when Maximus's whole family was dead. They
Only
killed them all.
Only
So-
thing I could think of is that it's a tactic of like, let me not act like I am still that person. But we'll see.
I'm about to start watching it right now, and I'll let you know all the answers to your question because I'm a motherfucking savant when it comes to savant shit. Back in my days of being a gladiator, we used to know everything.
Was this also with the laser discs and all that?
Yo,
We had stones at that point, Ray.
you know what's funny?
Chiseling stone.
Toe was alive to see the laser discs in the basement, but he does not have a memory of actually watching the fucking laser disc.
Mm.
Where the movie would get partway through and you'd have to change the whole fucking shit out like an 8-track.
But I guarantee you, I'd have been the one fucking changing the shit.
Nah.
Shit, Dad would have been too lazy to change fucking laser disc when we halfway through it.
Not back in the early 90s.
Shit.
So, any other, while Toe's looking that up, any other thing about, have we heard anything about Blade?
I was about to ask, but I haven't seen any articles this week. I haven't seen any movement on that movie at all. What I just saw today, they're making a new they're making a new Shrek, and it will be released in July of 2026.
Well, let's see. Let's see what's gonna come out first.
Okay.
Blade in 2025 or Shrek 15 in 2026.
Somehow we are gonna be singing All Star once again before Blade comes out.
Hey, now you're a rock star.
Yeah, so we got Shrek number 5 coming out in 2026, and then something else I saw earlier that was being released. I can't remember what was it.
While you're looking that up, I did see an article where Mia Goth, who's in the Blade movie, definitely said that they're working on something that the fans should be excited for. It was a basic, hey, just hang in there with us. Because once we get this right, it's going to be good. And if Mia Goth's in it, then I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt because she's awesome in everything she does. You probably don't even know who that is, right?
We're gonna add to me not knowing things again. I didn't watch one movie.
Do you know who she is?
The name escapes me right now. I have to look up.
See, you don't
I
know.
have to look it up because I am.
Have you ever seen the movie X
Yes.
or Pearl?
Yes.
She's Maxine and
Okay,
Pearl.
yeah, yeah,
and,
yeah,
X-
yeah,
and
okay.
Pearl.
I have to see Maxine. I haven't gotten to see it yet.
Yeah, I'm wondering if I could sneak away some time to go see that in the theater. I just saw Pearl last night actually because it's on Prime.
What do you think?
It's not the movie I thought it was based
Okay.
on X.
Okay.
But,
less old people fucking.
well, I'm not even concerned about that aspect of the shit. I was just expecting more horror
Yep.
and less character study. But I will say, like I said, Mia Goth was fucking amazing. She had like a 6-minute straight monologue that was compelling, gripping. Like I was hung on every word she said. The lady who played her mom was fucking great. Even the dude who played Superman was in it. The guy who's playing the new Superman.
Yep.
He was good. Yo, the movie was so good that you've seen it or no?
Yeah, I've seen the. That's what I said. The only one I'm missing is Maxine because I
So
want
the
to.
movie was so good. It ends with the camera close up on her smiling
Yep.
for like a good 5 minutes until the smile turns into tears. And I watched every single fucking second of it glued to my screen.
What were you expecting? Like another like just or because I remember I did the same because I was like, this can't just end like this, right?
At first, I was expecting something, and then by the end, I was just so captivated by
No.
the turn of emotion and the little nuance that she put. I was like, "Yo,
Yep.
this she has earned my respect enough to sit here and watch this until it fades to black."
No, it's so fucking good, man. That series, it's one of those where I didn't think I was gonna like it because X I just ended up watching, because we randomly put it on at a barbecue because we had the Redbox DVD of it, and from there I was like, okay. And then when I heard about the sequel, I was mildly entertained, and then I was like, shit. I got into it, and I was like, I really like this now. Hearing about Maxine, and I've only heard good things. I haven't heard any bad reviews about Maxine yet, so
I haven't.
we shall see.
Good news. I haven't heard any reviews, so I'm going in just pretty much.
What is this?
It's a trilogy of horror movies.
Yeah.
So I watched the trailer
Okay.
and I'm confused.
Okay.
He's Maximus's son?
No.
Whose son is he?
All right. You remember in the first movie, Joaquin Phoenix was the king, the emperor, and he had his sister, the older lady with the blonde hair.
Yes.
That's her son.
Okay. And why is he a gladiator?
That's the question I want to know. The only thing I can think of is after Maximus died, the rest of the family shunned them out and put him into slavery.
Because I see they went to war and then they said war makes slaves go into the Colosseum makes slaves free or some shit like that. And then Denzel's using him to overthrow the government. And I'm like, this is a lot for...
It's essentially the first movie again.
Yeah, but Gluteus Maximus Harcanus didn't give a fuck about none of that shit. He just wanted to kill the king because they killed his family.
Yeah, well, if you hear this kid, at one point Denzel was like, "Yo, who can I give you to satisfy your lust for revenge?" And he says, "The entire Roman army." And Denzel was like, "Nah, too much." He's like, "All right, I'll settle just for the general."
Yeah, and then they show that they're fighting.
Yeah, so the kid probably has the same motivation as Maximus. Just get in here and fuck up everybody, as many people as you can. When Denzel is playing the politics and the shit in the background.
Yeah.
The black
But-
man from New York.
I'm actually hyped though because for the first time that I've ever seen, they're gonna actually show the flooded Coliseum
Yeah.
and the water battles they used to do. Because believe it or not, the floor of the Coliseum is a false floor. You can actually remove it, and there's pillars and shit underneath that they flood with water to have water battles. They get small ships, and there was a whole thing back then.
Yeah, and that
I did not know that.
Is it Amazon that Those Who Die for Us or Those Who Die Tonight, that Gladiator TV show? The ones that die? It's a new show. I don't know if it's on Peacock or one of them.
Oh, but is it the one with Anthony Hopkins?
I think so.
That might actually be on Peacock.
Yeah, it's on Peacock. Those about to die.
That shit looked pretty good.
That one had the flooded Coliseum.
So which one? Well, so Gladiator's coming out in November. When's that coming out, Ray? Did you just saw it?
1 second. I believe it.
July 18th is the first episode.
Yep. On USA, and then stream directly to Peacock. So.
All right.
There you go. Oh wait, I remember seeing the trailer for this. So this does look promising too, though.
Which one?
Those about to die.
Yeah.
The only issue is
Yeah.
I want Riho. I don't know this name like that, but this dude.
Okay.
I see him in that time, and I don't give a fuck what his character is. He's a son of a bitch. He's a son of a bitch that needs to die slowly.
What if he's a good guy?
No.
He's
Him
still
and Lord Joffrey, King Joffrey, that little fucking the little fucking kid from both of them are from the Game of Thrones. Both of them need to die slowly. Like if I see them in that time period, I don't give a shit. He could be the main character. He needs to die slowly. He tortured this guy so bad that he turned him into a dog.
Yeah.
And then raped one of the daughters and all that other shit. Like, yeah, he was a son of a bitch.
Yeah, man. Just red weddings just for him.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And King Joffrey, that's self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, dude. You know how I feel about the character Shane Vandrell.
Yeah.
But Walter Goggins, I'm cool with the actor.
But you've seen Shane Vandrell in different parts. I have only seen him in that shit. So
yeah, that's one of those where it sticks. Like you see them no matter what, they're that character. It's like it's as bad as this poor actress, the one that played the one that killed Selena. What was her name? God, I can't remember the
actress who played the girl who killed Selena.
The name of the person that killed Selena. I can't remember her name.
Oh, she's
that
about to get out of jail.
Yeah, but the actress, legit, they could not cast her in any other role. Like after that, it was done for her.
That I never understood why that's the case.
Yeah, like people legit hated her, and it's a role. Like it wasn't like she was the one that killed Selena. Like
why don't you just hate the actual person who did it?
Well, no, people still hate that person too, but just the hate went straight to the actress too.
Yo, she's apparently getting out of jail this year.
Yeah. And the amount of TikToks and everything that have talked about what they plan to do to said person once they get out of jail is
She said she wanted to be somebody's manager or some shit like that.
Yeah, I would love to see someone trust her with money after all this.
Yo, keep her away from anybody who sings. If you sing in your shower, fucking stay away from her.
Yo, facts. Toe, careful, man. She's gonna be like, yo, I heard about left elbow with a right elbow.
Yeah, come see me.
Oh shit! It's gonna be like, hey, I could be I'll be the leader of your fan club for the knuckleheads.
Yo,
Like, thank you.
I put Jennifer Lopez in IMDb,
Yeah.
and it says known for Hustlers, second act, Out of Sight, and Made in Manhattan. No Selena.
The fact that Hustlers is there before Selena is wild.
So, Hustlers is relatively new, and they had Rihanna and a whole bunch of Cardi B and a whole bunch of other stars.
Yeah.
Selena was her first role.
Yeah, but that was her breakout role. No, like without Selena,
other
I don't
roles
think.
made her.
It's almost like she hasn't worked after 2001.
Well, yeah, if they put Made in Manhattan there, it's like,
Yo, Selena's not even on the list.
oh, that's crazy. Yo, yeah, Hodge, no fucking money train. How you don't have Money Train on there? That was legit after Selena. That was the one. That was
I think that was
one of the first times.
Yo, Money Train ain't on this list neither.
Oh damn! So none of the good movies she was
Are
in.
we getting Mandela affected? Are we thinking that J-Lo's in all these movies when it was some other?
Nah, it was J-Lo. It was J-Lo.
No, that's why. Because you looked up J-Lo. You got to look up Jennifer Lopez.
No, I looked up Jennifer Lopez.
So you gotta look up
her name.
You gotta look up J-Lo.
Yo, Hoch, you want to come up in this? Because we talking about Star Wars. I know he's
Oh, so it was okay.
Star
So it
Wars
was
fanatic.
backwards. Okay. So it was Selena was her breakout role, but Money Train was her first feature. Oh, okay. Okay. I did not know that.
Shit. Everybody knows that.
No, I don't know why I thought it was opposite.
Nah, Selena was she got Money Train because of Selena.
Makes sense.
Yo, Ray, right now, because you're the expert in all these movies.
Yep.
Money Train,
Uh-huh.
White Man Can't Jump. Which is the better Wesley Snipes, Woody Harrelson combo pick?
Oh, that's
I sent it to your email. Don't fuck this up, Ray.
Fuck. For me, I'm gonna say White Man Can't Jump.
Not for you.
Nope, not for me. Just in general.
The definitive truth. You're the expert.
Fuck.
The once and for all from here on out.
Which is the better pairing movie? Fuck it, I'm still gonna say White Man Can't Jump.
Wrong.
Which one is it? You would say Money Train?
That's up to you.
No, wait. So how am I wrong? I feel like if I said either, wrong.
Nah, there's a definitive right answer.
Which is?
Money Train is better than.
No, you said as the pairing, which is the better movie is a different story.
No. The pairing of those two is better when they're playing brothers than when they're playing. Are they rivals? Or they're not rivals?
I thought they had. I don't know. I feel like the chemistry was a little better in White Man Can't Jump. But it might also be. I'm just thinking. Also, there's more lines I can remember from that movie than I can Money Train.
The movie is better.
Yeah.
The pairing.
Billy.
You gotta say that shit better.
Food that starts with a letter Q.
Billy. I too know what it's like to be thirsty. Fuck out of here.
Yo, I know it's the toe in the show combo, but if a chick ever tells you that, oh man, just run. I too know what it feels like to be thirsty.
Wait, why are you running for that? Because she's trying to sympathize with you, and sympathizing is bad.
No. She's not trying to
But
sympathize.
Ray doesn't like
She
women.
She wants you to say something like that instead of getting the person a cup of water.
Lupe
Entreveros. Now I know the whole scene. I know
you don't remember the scene? Come on, man.
Dude, I'm old, man. You see this? This shit ain't dyed. I don't dye my shit silver.
Damn, why you had to?
Yeah, Hoch, I sent it to the email, but yo, Rosie Perez or J-Lo? I would take Rosie Perez. She seemed like a real woman, like a real one.
Now or back then, Hoch?
I mean, Rosie Perez still get it. You seen her?
I'm just asking. I'm just asking.
The only reason
if there's a caveat,
I would take J-Lo is because I don't know how long I can listen to that voice.
Hold on. Once Hodge gets on, I want to see if there's the caveat. Hodge,
You-
now or just in general?
Now
Now, I would take Jayla.
No,
You
now
bugging.
I'm going Rosie Perez.
you bugging. She
Well-
got one. She got 3 more rings than Thanos, bro.
Who?
J Lo.
J Lo.
That's why I said I'm taking Rosie Perez now.
No, Ray
No,
said J Lo.
I said Jayla.
Oh,
Ray,
nah.
Ray, yeah, Ray with baby mama number 313 talking about J Lo.
Yeah,
Word.
nah, I don't want somebody who ran through like that.
Yo, the woman that Ray's talking about is Lupe Ontiveros, and she
Okay.
died in 2012.
Yeah, bro.
Wait, is that the
playing-
actress
That's the actress who played the
who played
Yolanda Salves, whatever.
Yolanda is the name of the.
Because for a split
Yeah.
second, I was about to be like, "Yo, how is she getting released from prison if she died in 2012?"
The fucked up part was again,
Well, yeah, no. Well,
when
if
she
you're
died.
talking about the lady who played the lady who killed Selena. Yeah, the actress, she died,
Yeah,
which is real fucked up.
bro. The fucked up part was when she died, though. People were as
We're
fucked up
still
as it
mad at her
sounds.
because not for nothing. Not only did she play her character a lot better than J Lo played Selena, she looked like
She
her
looked
character.
like her. Yeah, that's why I was
So
like,
a lot of people mistook her for the actual person.
nope. That's why I'm like, man, that was. It was a great role, but at the same time, I was like, oh, you got fucked over because that was it. After that, she was Yolanda.
And just to say something, all right, even back then, I'd probably take Rosie Perez over J Lo.
It's the voice, man. I don't do well with like the squeaky, fucking high pitched. The only dogs can hear her when she's really yelling voice.
You know what it is though? It's like even when she acted it felt like she gave a shit.
Yeah.
J Lo, she can't convince me that she gives a shit about somebody.
First of all, that's one. Two, like Jamie Foxx said a long time ago, yeah, I knew you when it was just hey ho. All right, because let's not forget when she was on the red carpet, she dissed him.
Yep.
All right, and I'm sorry, you're no way near Jamie Foxx's acting level.
Yeah. Yeah, she apparently did that to a lot because she did that to Tommy Davidson too, and he did that. She did that to him like 3 times. That's when he was like, you know what? That's it. I'm done.
Bro, you literally nobody knew you was on the Fly Girls until you did Money Train.
Yep.
When she came out of Money Train, it was like, yo, who is this banging Puerto Rican chick? And it was like, oh no, she was a fly girl in Living Color. My man, she had like a mop haircut and she looked Oriental.
I can see that.
You know what I'm saying? And this whole I'm Jenny for the block. No, ho, no.
You don't drink that orange drink if you know you know.
Yo, listen, anybody who know, it was always been hey ho.
If you know, you know.
That's her on the Fly Girls.
It's funny. She looks older there than she does now.
Yo, facts.
Yeah.
Why does she, hold on, I was about to. Yeah, why does she look older there than she does now?
It's
Damn.
called plastic surgery.
Jesus.
Hey man, it be
Bro,
that way.
not for nothing. Like when I was in college, yeah, you know, J-Lo had a fat ass. And now it's like she's giving that ass away.
Yo, I'm not saying it is plastic surgery. It might be Maybelline or anything, but unless you're telling me that this is actually a picture of her and her mother, they don't even look the same. If that's her younger and now.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that does look like her mother.
Yeah, dude.
Shit. Even in the fucking 90s, women didn't look like that.
Bro, like I said,
That looked like an 80s, 70s picture.
first time I saw really knew who J-Lo was Money Train. And then there was a fucked up movie called U-Turn. Was it U-Turn?
I think so.
I think it was U-Turn, and then she made Selena. And don't sleep in Money Train and then U-Turn.
Yeah,
She
U-Turn with
shows
Sean Penn.
she showed titties. Oh yeah, don't sleep. Wesley pipes J-Lo in Money Train.
Oh yeah, we know. Oh well, we know. I don't know if Ray
Alright.
know.
And I forget. I think it was. Is it Busey in fucking in U-Turn?
Yeah,
Sean Penn.
Sean Penn,
Is it
Nick
Sean Penn?
Nick Nolte,
Yeah.
Joaquin
It
Phoenix,
was Nick Nolte.
Billy Bob Thornton, and John
Yeah.
Voight.
I think her character gets with Nick Nolte's character or something like that. I've only seen that movie like maybe once, maybe twice. And then she blew up and did Selena, and then afterward, she was like, "Oh no, I can sing like Selena." No, you can't, bitch. No, you can't.
Well, there's one silver lining for like Ben Affleck and Mark Anthony and everybody else that she's been with is her love doesn't cost a thing. So
And that was a lie. It cost them half.
My detector test
And then
determined
some.
that was a lie.
It cost them
Yo.
all a ring. She got 8 engagement rings.
Yo, bro, it's crazy because her IMDb literally stops in 2000,
That's
and
crazy.
U-Turn was 1997.
Bro, my man, she got 8 rings.
yeah, that dude, she's like what's his name?
She's the
Robert
GOAT.
Ory.
I mean, she's only 3 away from Bill Russell.
You know what, Ray? Go ahead. Come on, it's free of charge. Doesn't cost anything. Throw your name in the hat.
I'm good.
I mean, she's 54, so I don't know if she can have any more baby kids. You know what I'm saying?
But I
Which is
mean, Ray,
good. Ray doesn't need any more.
word.
My detector test determined that was a lie.
Ray wants more.
Oh, my bad. I'm just seeing this. Yo, what up, my man? Normal guy, always in the building. Appreciate the love you show us, bro.
Word.
Oh shit, man.
Yo, Hoach, did you see the trailer for Gladiator?
I did,
What'd you
and I saw that, and right away I said, "Oh, this must have been the kid from the ex-queen."
Yes.
I saw one trailer, and I already know what this movie's about, and I'm kind of upset. It's another revenge movie.
Yeah,
I can already tell the plot. The plot is probably that he's upset. They probably killed his mom to overthrow the empire. Now he's out for revenge. Sorry if I spoiled it for everybody, but it was goddamn pretty easy to determine with one trailer.
I was about to say, Toe even said that watching it during the podcast. It was quick to just connect the dots.
Bro, I feel like I've seen the movie. Like, you've already shown me the movie.
Yeah, now you just get to see the special effect.
Basically.
Listen, but Cap, I'm 100% in agreement with you. I want to see the bottom of the Coliseum open up.
Yeah.
People forget how the Roman Empire was built. They had a lot of engineers. Like, they have a lot of fucking cool shit.
Yo, I believe they're either the first ones who invented it or they're the ones who perfected the aqueduct system.
Yeah.
Which is how they got water and
Into the
agriculture to
Coliseum.
a whole bunch of that fucking country.
Yo, dude, it's fucking amazing. Again, there's a reason why people say Rome wasn't built in the day, and even to this day, look at where we are. We're in 2024, and we still talk about the Roman Empire.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the Roman Coliseum is still standing.
And people go to visit it.
It's been not only just stood the test of time, 2 world wars in which Italy got fucked up in both of them, and it's still standing.
That's right.
And it's featured so much in movies now.
But then again,
You made a salad after that.
But then me and Kat both knows that the shit was built to last back in the days.
Yeah.
Yeah. They literally, well, it was I forgot where I saw it, but there's literally the way they did their concrete was infused with limestone so that if the outer layer cracked, the water would seep down through the limestone, and they would reenact the limestone. Limestone will grow back up through it, resealing itself.
Oh wow,
So it was self-healing fucking concrete.
that's wild. Hey, man.
Meanwhile, nowadays you buy something from IKEA and it's broken 6 months.
Because
You can't
back
even
in the
get-
day, they were just glad that to make a sale. So they made something that lasts so that you told people, hey, buy from this person because you're going to buy high quality shit that's going to last.
Yo, put it
Then
like this.
somewhere along the
Mama.
line, they figured out that it's more profitable to sell you shit that's going to break because then you just need to come back to them.
Or you go to other people. But you're still
But the hope
spending
is
money.
that you come back to them.
But you're still spending money.
Yeah.
But look, listen, I got a dresser that my mom gave me. Krills knows about it. Even without no drawers, we took all the drawers out. Whatever, that motherfucker's still heavy. That's real wood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not this pressed fucking shit that I'm afraid that if I sneeze close to it, it might fucking break.
Shit, I had in the house we grew up in, I had the original TV that my grandfather had in my room. And it had to stay there because we couldn't lift the fucking thing out. That shit was like a whole entire fucking cabinet that you could stand on, you jump on, and fucking.
I remember those TVs. Yeah.
And they still had a better picture than the new TV we got.
Yo, but and then your little brother, your little sibling, that was the remote control. Yo, go
Yep.
change the channel.
Word. And it only had
Nice.
13 channels.
Yep, you just hit the button.
And it raised like 13. What you mean 13?
Or you turned the dial. And you couldn't go back. You couldn't go back. So if you missed your channel, you had to go.
Yep, you had to cycle through it all again.
all
And
the
you had to
way.
use the pliers because that little fucking oven shit was always missing.
It was almost like a rotary phone that the kids nowadays. I show a kid a rotary phone. He goes, "What's that?" And I'm like, "Pain." It's pain.
And that's right.
The rotary phone with the long ass fucking cord. That's the
That was
original fidget right there.
Yeah, that was the kitchen phone. Every Hispanic house had that phone in their kitchen.
With a wire that shouldn't have been, but
like
was long
50
enough
was
to
like
go
50
anywhere in the
feet
house.
long. That shit was 50 feet long. I remember one time using it to jump rope.
That's what we bought to do double dutch.
Nah, but getting back on topic, I saw the trailer and I was upset. I was like, "Hey, I already know what the movie's about, bro."
Yeah.
And I already knew who that kid was. I'm like, damn, they couldn't even put it in the second trailer. You know?
Yo, facts. They didn't leave anything for the next trailer because they're gonna drop one as you get closer to the movie.
I
It's
mean,
like, nah.
they showed you him when he was a kid and when he was running away from soldiers.
Yeah.
So that right there tells you that they murked his mom, and whoever murked his mom to take over the kingdom wanted to murk him. And he's the rightful emperor of Rome, or some bullshit like that. And
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, guys, thank you for just killing the whole story for me.
Yeah, basically telling you everything that's gonna go down when it comes to this.
I'd
So,
rather you give me a fucking prequel.
yeah.
Show me how this man became the badass that he was. My man Marcus Aurelius. Oh, I'm sorry, Maximus Aurelius.
Yeah.
Gluteus Maximus Aurelius.
Husband to a slain wife, father to a slain son.
Yeah.
Well
I
then,
mean, my nephew is one of my brother's oldest nephews named after Maximus. So yeah. But it's like, dude, you guys gotta keep something to make somebody want to go and watch it.
yeah, you got to give something that's like, okay, leave stuff to the imagination. That's like, now I want to go see this film instead of, well, I already know what's gonna happen.
I'm sorry. It's not like it's not like it's a Michael Bay movie where you already know the plot and the plot has nothing to do with anything. It's, I'm going to show you how shit gets blown the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with watching I'm okay to go to the movies and watching shit blow the fuck up.
Yeah, basically.
You know what I'm saying? That's what you're getting from a Michael Bay movie.
No,
Especially
realistically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to know how Denzel's character is running shit.
We shall
He's
see.
probably the one that fucking killed his moms.
Mm.
and doesn't realize is that's the boy.
I'll be
Or he
just,
does.
that's
And
the
just
end.
remember, vengeance is mine.
Well then.
Gladiator is one of my top 5 all-time favorite movies. So I feel like out of pure principle, I have to go see this one. So I'm gonna be there to watch it.
I mean, I watch it. It's just
Listen, at the end of the day,
I need to understand what's happening.
At the end of the day, I'll probably go watch it like I do watch movies. I go like on a Sunday matinee when there's nobody in the theater. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's when I like go and watch movies. There ain't no kids
Yep.
to ruin it. Ain't no grown-ups there whispering and shit like that. There's maybe like 10 people in the theater. Listen, when I went to go watch the last Bad Boy movie, I saw Sunday at 11 a.m. and there was maybe 15 people in the entire movie theater. And I saw it on 66th Street with the Dolby Center.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. So I heard everything.
Bro, I did the same shit, but I was in Bay Plaza. But I was the only one in there. Like, go ahead, Reggie.
Yo, man, I'm gonna tell you right now, my man Reggie did his thing.
Yeah, he did. Yo, real quick, going back to the trailer. I remember the one part where he goes, "You have to feed your constituents or some shit." He goes, "They can eat war." And the only thing I thought of is this bitch is the Queen of England. Let them eat cake. Like, what the fuck kind of
yeah,
shit is
Queen of
that?
France. She was the Queen of France.
See, the bitch wanted to be the Queen of England, but they didn't have cake in England.
They had it in France.
Yeah.
I'm gonna dip out, y'all. I gotta get to my interview. So
Yeah,
I'll try to jump back if y'all
He thinks
still
that
on.
there's other people more important than us.
In my interview, he means interviews with baby mama number 3. What is it? 323 right now?
Yep.
324.
No, I actually
324.
I got an interview. But
Yeah, he got
you
an
gotta
interview
interview them, yeah.
325.
I'll hopefully be back.
You notice he ain't on his fucking phone now, right?
Yeah. No, he's not on his phone. He's not looking now. Talking about he'll probably be back. He's probably gonna be back with a different color shirt on and everything.
Mhm. Yep.
Hair's gonna be slicked back. We all know the drill. The drill, Ray. We know it.
And he's gonna come back. Hello.
If not, I will see you out tomorrow for sports. Peace, everybody.
All right, Ray. But listen, I'm gonna go see it, but it's like, all right, I don't expect many surprises.
Yeah. But it still has the potential to be a very good movie.
I just hope Ridley Scott is back up to form because his last couple of movies weren't that good. And if he can make
just
this
say-
as
just
good
say
as
it
the
right.
first one,
Say it right. The last couple of movies were ass. His last couple of movies was ass.
The booty sweat.
Stop being nice. They were horrible.
I gotta be nice.
Oh, you're the light side. I'm more of a gray Jedi, to tell you the truth.
Yo, speaking of Jedi, have you been watching the Acolyte?
No, I like to binge watch stuff. I don't like watching 1 or 2 episodes. Let me get at least 4 or 5 under the belt, and I can just run right through them. That's what I did for X-Men '97. I don't like the week-to-week shit because I don't do good with waiting. I'm not a patient man.
I hear you. I hear you.
That's why I've heard all the rumors how bad it is, whatever, and I'm like, I'll make that distinction. I already saw Cap's face. Yes, Cap, I see it. I heard it was really, really ass. But it's Star Wars. Just like I told Len, I found a Stanley Cup, one of those Stanley Cups that are everybody's fucking wants them or whatever, on IG, but it was a Star Wars one. And I'm like, I don't even care about the fucking that it's a Stanley Cup. I just care that it's Star Wars. And it's a collector's item.
Yeah. Hey. Oh, all right. I'm just letting you rock with it because
Cap,
I'm gonna let you rock with it.
If I can sit through The Last Jedi, I can probably sit through anything else.
Am I the only person that actually liked The Last Jedi?
I'll tell you right now. I'd much rather watch The Last Jedi on a loop than this series.
Damn.
Yeah, if it wasn't for the fact that it gives us something to talk about for the these last couple of weeks, I probably would have stopped watching.
That's harsh because I was looking forward to it.
So was I. This show was my number one fucking most anticipated show.
Mine too. But okay, so where's the petition to get this bitch out of Star Wars?
Who you gotta be specific.
Kennedy. Let's
She's
get her
not
the fuck
going
out.
anywhere.
Let's get her the fuck out.
Dude, all 4 of the movies she did made over $1 billion. She's not going anywhere.
Because of the name on it, they were horrible.
But yo,
Except for maybe Solo. I actually enjoy Solo.
no, dude, Rogue One is the absolute fucking best movie they've done in the Disney.
Yeah, I don't. Yes, that's not part of her department. That's not part. I can't associate the greatness of Rogue One with her name. I just can't.
Yo,
Yeah.
you know what made? I'm gonna explain something for anybody who doesn't know. Anybody playing the home game, as I like to say. Rogue One is such a great film because it simultaneously gives us something new, gives us new characters to care about, even though we know they're all going to die. We still care immensely about the character.
Backtracks to the Clone Wars.
Yeah, it ties in seamlessly to the original fucking trilogy.
Yeah.
And it gives us cool action set pieces without Force-sensitive Jedi, but the action is just as good. Danny Yen is just as good as having a fucking Jedi.
Correct. And with Saul Guerrero, that ties into Clone Wars too. So it's a fucking amazing film. And that last scene, oh my god! I told Led, I said, "Yo, Led, I almost busted a nut watching that last scene." I said that shit with how I was drooling. I was like, "This is the Darth Vader we should have gotten in A New Hope."
Yeah.
So this is the Vader we should have gotten against Obi-Wan Kenobi. I was like, yo, my man is wrecking people. I love it. But Rogue One is an amazing movie. Solo to me is very underrated.
I thought Solo.
It came out after The Last Jedi, and The Last Jedi turned off a lot of people.
Well, also, he doesn't have the natural charisma that Harrison Ford has.
But nobody's gonna have that natural charisma.
And Childish Gambino does not have
Billy D. Williams. No,
yeah, that's the only thing that threw me off. It was like,
but here's what I gotta tell you.
There's a difference between being naturally cool in your generation and being naturally cool as a generational cool motherfucker.
Right, but here's a problem with a lot of people that make the same mistake you did, looking at the coolness of Harrison Ford and Billy D. Williams. Those were the characters after they perfected their craft. These are characters at the beginning still learning how to perfect that charisma. That's how I looked at it. I'm not looking at as an established Han Solo or my man, Carizium. I'm looking at them as these are rookies. You're looking at the veterans. You're looking at what they ultimately became, and that's based on the fact that it's the people that we grew up watching. We grew up watching Harrison Ford be Han Solo and Indiana Jones. You know what I'm saying? We saw Billy D. Williams be one of the coolest cats in every movie he made. So to try to say, oh, they didn't have that charisma, that swag or whatever, it's almost impossible to have that same kind of swag and charisma because it's something that you build. Sorry. No matter what anybody says, you're not born with natural swag and charisma. You know what I'm saying? You got to work at it. So Han Solo and my man Carizium in that movie are just starting out.
You know, I gotta go back and rewatch that one because my only issue with that movie is the necessity for it. I didn't think there was a necessity for us to see a prequel with Han in it. Otherwise, you know, I thought it was a passable movie, but I'll go back and check it out again.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, it was. You're right. It wasn't a necessity. You know, people weren't, you know, asking for it like we're all asking for movies from the Old Republic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but I saw the movie as okay. Han Solo is such a great and lovable character nowadays. You know what I'm saying? And we already saw him get murked in fucking The Force Unleashed. You know what I'm saying? Let's put this movie out because people are gonna say it's Han Solo, whatever. No sympathy kind of bullshit. Don't sleep. That's what it was. It was, but at the same time, I like the fact that you saw how he became a smuggler, how he became Han Solo. You know what I'm saying? People actually saw how Darth Maul went from being a Sith to a crime lord. You know what I'm saying? Because if you read some of the novels, my man became a crime lord.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I'm gonna go back and revisit that one. I've only seen that one once, so
I've seen it a couple of times. I would say about 3 times.
I want to see Darth Maul versus Vader.
I mean, he
Darth
could be
Maul
Obi-Wan
versus Vader. Which Vader though? Vader before he gets burnt to a crisp?
Anakin or
Well, when he
Darth
faced
Vader.
when he faced Kenobi, he was already Vader.
Yeah, because that was when. Wait, you talking about when Kenobi was overseeing Luke in the beginning, like right at the end of the Clone Wars?
That's him. That's him in his suit, and that's already him at half as his powers potential. People forget that once Kenobi severed his last remaining limbs, he lost touch with the Force.
Who you talking about, Maul?
No, Kenobi. I mean, Anakin.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because once he cut off the limbs and once he was burnt, he had to spend so much of his Force energy to make sure that he doesn't die.
But
that he wasn't as strong as before he got capped.
But also, Palpatine did that to him with the suit. Because apparently there was another suit that was supposed to heal Anakin the best it could and wasn't going to be pain, and he can actually get his strength back in the Force. But Palpatine chose to put that suit on him so that way he won't be as strong to take over from Palpatine.
You got to understand, the Force is a living thing, technically, as explained in the novels or whatever. So it's channeled better through actual limbs than through metal. So you got to remember, he already had one arm chopped off, and here comes Kenobi and chops the other 3 limbs off.
Which, by the way, he used the forbidden move.
He did. Kenobi used the forbidden move.
Yo, so they said that Anakin, when he was a kid, he saw Obi-Wan do that to Darth Maul, and that's why he did it to Obi-Wan to try to kill him the same way he killed Darth Maul.
You remember in Phantom Menace? In Phantom Menace, Obi-Wan was, hanging on for dear life.
Yeah.
But the difference is that Kenobi was. Darth Maul let his guard down, assuming he had Kenobi beat.
Yeah.
So his arrogance was his ultimate downfall. Kenobi was like, I'm not gonna let his mistake be my mistake, which is why he warned Anakin.
Yeah, because he knew that Anakin was gonna do it.
Right. He's like, don't try to copy my move. I'm not as arrogant as Darth Maul. I am going to chop you the fuck up. But Anakin was so arrogant in his power that he thought that he would be able to deflect Kenobi. And we all find out that as strong as you thought you were in the Force, Kenobi still got you, kid.
Yo, did you hear the behind the scenes reason why they did the whole high ground shit where he was standing on the hill?
Actually, no, I didn't.
So when they were shooting the film, the stunt coordinator Nick Gillard and Hayden Christensen walked this certain path from the set back to where they were staying, and in the path,
Okay,
through the path there was a hill that they literally had to climb up. And at least 3 to 4 times, Hayden Christensen botched the fucking walk up there and fell down the hill.
okay.
So as a joke, they put it in that he'd be at the bottom of the hill,
Got
Obi-Wan on the top, saying, "I have the high ground."
Wow, that's a nice little tidbit. I might have to go watch the behind the scenes footage there. But yeah, man, it's crazy. Again, I wish that they would just give full power to Dave Filoni.
Yeah,
Let him do. He does. I mean, he does great. He's doing great with the shows. Give him. Give him a set of books. Give him the Darth Bane trilogy. Let him do the Darth Bane trilogy.
yeah, dude. I think that's what they need. What they need to do to get the fans back is, hey, the High Republic is working. I think is working in the comics and in the book sales. Let the High Republic be with the books, these new set of books, these new comics.
Right.
Let's get the shows away from the Skywalker saga, because there's too much in there that if you don't maneuver right, you screw up timelines and you screw up plot points.
Well, to me, they already screwed up fucking the timelines when they fucking said that, Han Solo and Leia only had one kid and Luke didn't. I mean, come on now.
Yeah.
But let's go back to the Old Republic. Let's go back to before the Rule of Two, where you can have more Sith, you can have more Jedi.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
Nothing's tied into anything, and then you could tell that's the realm in which you could tell whatever story you want, because it happened so far in the past that none of the ramifications from there reached us anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do the was it Darth Malice? Was the one that he invaded the guy that invaded the Jedi temple? Malgus. No. Was it Raven?
Raven was the one that he was a Jedi, then a Sith, then a Jedi.
Yeah, no, I know who Raven was, but there is a part of the Old Republic where there is a Sith Lord who actually attacks the Jedi temple.
It's funny when I Googled it said Darth Vader.
Oh, because he attacked the kids.
Right, but you got to put Old Republic.
He liked stormtroopers to attack the
Yeah, you got to put the Old Republic, because he didn't use stormtroopers to attack the Jedi. He used Sith acolytes.
Malgus.
Yeah.
Malgus.
Right. There is a anime where they show him attacking the temple and having these crazy lightsaber fights with his Sith acolytes and Jedi, masters and Padawans. And one of the Jedi masters, literally helps everybody escape. He stays back, he kills them, and his apprentice actually turns out to be one of the strongest Jedi ever, and I forgot her name, but she used a double-edged lightsaber. Crazy! How crazy is that? Yeah, because double-edged lightsabers were synonymous with Sith, and she was a Jedi, and she used one. I'm gonna if you look it up, they should have it on YouTube somewhere, that they give you the thing, because it's part of a video game. It actually is part of
the Old Republic.
Yes.
Knights of the Old Republic.
Yes.
Yo, that era just rife with stories you could tell that will unite
Absolutely.
the fan base.
Oh my god. The Darth Malice, the Revan.
Does the girl look like she's the pilot from Rebels?
Um,
Because I'm
So-
I'm looking at the Star Wars Darth Malice full cinematic thing from the video game, and she's
right, and
fighting.
they're in the they're in the temple, right?
Yeah, it's a purple lightsaber. And
Yeah, that's her. Yeah, that's it. That's it. If they made a movie and put that in one of the movies, they will reignite the interest of the fan base, because the fan base has been begging for a Old Republic movie or trilogy, whatever. And the thing is, if you do that one, then you can lead into Darth Bane, because he's the one that actually created the rule of two, and he actually helped kill the Sith Order. And it's one of my favorite trilogies. I still have the books here, and I'll go back and I'll read it every once in a while. But if you guys don't want to read, YouTube has the audio books. Great listen to. It's just the Darth Bane trilogy. It's phenomenal series. But again, Cap, they also could have gone and done the heir to the new empire and stuff like that.
Well, that's a little bit what do you call it? What the Mandalorian shit is gonna be. Because there's gonna be a Mando movie,
Right.
and then another movie that Dave Filoni's doing that's gonna be kind of Heir of the Empire, that ties in Ahsoka, Mando,
Right.
Luke, Thrawn, and all that shit.
Right. Because even those were great trilogy books too. Like,
Yeah.
I truly believe, and I've said this before, the worst thing Disney ever came out and did was after they bought Star Wars and said all those other books are non-canon. Because it killed so many movies that they could have created.
Yeah, and then they come back and they just take this shit that's already
Right, because remember,
legend and make it canon anyway.
Right, they said that Darth Revan wasn't canon, and what is Darth Revan now?
Canon.
Darth Bane wasn't canon, and what is Darth Bane now?
Canon.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you guys, like, the only thing you guys didn't keep canon was the fact that Han and Leia had 3 kids instead of 1.
And Luke had Mara Jane.
Like, how cool would it have been to see a movie where, Palpatine sends his most trusted assassin, Mara Jade, to kill Luke, and she ends up falling in love with Luke, and Luke ends up falling in love with her, and they have a kid, Ben Skywalker, not Ben Solo. Like, you guys have no idea how much, material you guys killed.
Yeah, dude, I've said it from the beginning. Bob Iger was too afraid of the backlash from the prequels, so he ordered that first movie, The Force Awakens, to be almost a carbon copy of A New Hope. And then instead of keeping the idea of writing 3 movies together, Kathleen Kennedy heard a pitch from Rian Johnson and just gave him the second movie and let him do the movie he wanted, but as the second movie, which had no cohesion.
None.
Then they got scared with Carlin Trevorrow with his failing movie, so they kicked him out and told J.J. Abrams to come back in and try to tie all this shit together when that wasn't the plan.
Oh, and you know what's also funny, Cap? The fact that in episode 9, they have Palpatine come back. Guess what, people? That was also a part of the legends that you guys killed that you just made canon.
Yeah. And with all the ways you can bring this man back, all of the cloning, all of his theories on how to prolong life and have immortality.
Correct.
All of the shit he did with Plagueis, like what Plagueis was doing. Right. Everything you have there. The only thing you did to say he came back is somehow. That was your explanation of how
Right.
this motherfucker
Not the fact that his master Plagueis learned how to do essence transfer. No, let's not. And that's actually in the books. No, let's not say that. No, somehow, some way, he found a way to come back from the grave. My man was thrown into a fucking reactor.
Yo, they could have had it that he transferred his essence to one of his many clones.
Correct.
But the clones, what do you call it? The cloning process that they had wasn't perfected, so the clones kept failing. So he had to keep transferring from body to body to body to body.
Right.
And he couldn't really do anything. That's why he wasn't around for. That's why he seemingly wasn't around for all this time.
Right.
But he's still, puppeting everything from behind the scenes. Rey turned out to be probably the most viable candidate for essence transfer. But those two people, whether you want to call him his son or whatever, snuck her out. And that's why he went after her and sent everybody to kill the parents and try to find her.
Right. Oh, very, very eerie of A New Hope.
Yeah, and then you want to explain why she's so strong in the Force, why she's quick to learn shit, why she's grasping at things without ever being trained, is because she was genetically engineered to have higher metachlorians,
right,
to hold Palpatine when he come on.
And that's why she was attracted to the dark side so fast.
Yeah, I'm not a fucking writer, and you just seen me live come up with a whole fucking scenario that makes your movie coherent.
Yo,
bro, in The Last Jedi, when she goes into that cave or whatever, and she goes, "Who am I?" and you get all those reflections, the mirrors. I'm like, oh, she's a clone. Everybody's like, no. I'm like, no, she's a clone. Palpatine, in no books does it say that Palpatine had any kids whatsoever. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, and not for nothing. In the Bad Batch, didn't they save a clone that had powers and shit? So it's viable that she could have been a clone with the Force.
No, that's what I'm saying. That they made her specific for the Force. Yeah.
No, but you know what I'm saying? Like, she could have been one of those kids.
But yo, think of the parallel that you draw with Rey being a clone for the Emperor, for Palpatine,
right,
and breaking free and finding her own place and becoming her own. Then you got Finn, who, although they no longer use clones, but Finn is brought up in the very same manner where he's stripped of who he is and he's made a single part of shit that's similar, that everything is the same for the Empire. And he's breaking out of it and trying to come into his own. And you have that fucking parallel going. But no, instead we get a half-baked fucking... We got to save the ones we love, so I won't let you sacrifice yourself like a hero.
It's so funny that at the in the middle of part 2, I was like, oh, she's a clone. And everybody's like, oh, but what is she? Is she a Skywalker? A Palpatine? I'm like, oh, she's a clone. She's a Palpatine. She's a clone from... And I'm like, you can draw so many comparisons. Because look when she fights Kylo, right? She's never picked up a lightsaber in her life. But meanwhile has lightsaber skills. And what's the first thing she tries to do?
Stab him.
Exactly. Who's the only one that uses a stabbing motion in any of his duels?
Sheev Palpatine.
Now, mind you, I'm telling my friends, and then my friends like, "Oh, Jose, you're grasping at straws or whatever. You don't know what you're talking about." Guess what? Guess what she turned out to be?
Plagueis, sort of.
A Palpatine. Like, come on, guys.
Yeah.
I mean, and look, don't get me wrong. I saw The Force Awakens, and I'm like, okay, now they have two characters. They have Rey and they have Finn. And they literally just took Finn and go, you know what? Fuck this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yo, that
Finn could have been the Han Solo that...
He could have been the new...
He's force sensitive. You can tell he's force sensitive. Like, why are you not incorporating that? Meanwhile, you throw him away and then you make him fall in love with with this girl that everybody fucking hated.
You the Asian?
Yeah, everybody hated her character. I couldn't care less about her character. I'm not gonna hate her character, but like you literally like, yo, she received hate mail. this girl received hate mail.
God damn.
I'm gonna say right here, I don't what's her name? Marie Tran?
Yeah, I believe so.
She's a great actress. I liked her playing roles. She didn't do a bad job as the character.
No, she
The
didn't.
only issue with the character is you're with this man for what, a few hours,
Uh-huh.
and all of a sudden you have this love for him, which doesn't make sense. But Finn's whole
It's because
story
she saw him in
is,
great sweats.
I guess so. He's really attacking the block, huh?
We figured it out.
Yo, but Finn's whole story is he has been the coward who has been running away, afraid to face his destiny, afraid to actually step up. And here he is, about to fucking, what it was, Independence Day. Hello, boys! And just fucking sacrifice himself to stop the laser. And what does she do? Knocks him out of the way. Why? Because for some reason, saving the one you love, is a better idea, right? When it comes to saving him versus letting everybody else behind that wall die when this laser fucking hits him.
Right.
You kill how many fucking people if they don't get out of there? Which she didn't know was happening. She didn't know they were leaving.
Selfish.
And you took away this motherfucker's sole act. Because now we have hindsight. That was his heroic moment, which then replaced with Ray. That's all he did for the last movie.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I was just like, yeah, you have so much promise with this character, and you killed it.
I don't even blame John Boyega when he's like, yo, I'm not coming back to Star Wars.
I bet you if Filoni's doing it, he come back.
Yo, they'd have to retcon so much shit for him.
Bro, listen, it's very simple. They can either go with it was another different universe, or it can all go, it was a dream. It was all a dream.
Or
it was all a dream. I was standing out in Tatooine.
Fuck around, Hutch. They could go with someone telling the story to kids about what happened there.
And then he coming back and say that's not how the story went.
And and then like let's say there's a young Padawan or there's a young kid with the Force and he's about to be a Padawan.
But we
and
already saw young kids with the Force. Those little kids in the thing.
That's what I'm saying. Like he's listening to the story. He listens to the story and he talks to the Jedi that's teaching the Padawan, and it's fucking Rey, and she's like, that's not how it went. And then the movie goes on, and then they go meet Finn, and Finn is a bad motherfucker. He's part of the Jamaican bobsled team. They call it the Lightsabers.
Bro, like I said, they had so much promise with that character, and they truly dropped the ball. Truly, completely.
They dropped the ball on a lot of characters, and because I honestly think they don't know how to trust the fact that their main character will be your main character. They think that if they make other characters strong, that other characters are weak. Because they did a lot of that whole the Harrington Mary Sue, there you go, yeah. That she needed to be saved and all that other bullshit, and it's like I didn't see none of that, but I mean, how?
Bro, all I have to say is what they did to Finn's character is disrespectful. What this man, Rian Johnson, which is why we'll never forget him, did to the character of Luke Skywalker. This motherfucker should never be ever made to make a fucking movie again.
Yo, that's coming up when we get to the main topic.
Well, what was the thing that you said that he did when he threw the lightsaber?
His whole overall characterization in that movie was fucked up.
Yeah, Mark Hamill came on his IG and said it. He goes, "Yo, I was a professional. I did the movie, but I hated the script.
Yo,
They made Luke look like a little bitch."
Mark Hamill literally did an interview. Was like the only way he could get through filming that movie was he had to come to terms with this is no longer Luke Skywalker. He even said, he was like, this is Bob Skywalker.
Yeah.
This is a different character in a different story that's no longer the one I was telling. And that's the only way he can get through filming The Last Jedi.
Shit.
But they even didn't even do Princess Leia's character right. We ain't never seen her use any force powers ever. All of a sudden, we see her live through space.
When they had they had the perfect moment, because in real life Carrie Fisher passed away.
Correct.
So they had to sideline her for the third movie anyway.
Correct.
You had the perfect moment to have Kylo Ren finally embrace full on fucking dark side.
Yes.
Seeing his mom blown out to space. And there was nothing he can do about it. That's the last bit of light snuffed out.
Yo, does he still kill Han Solo?
Well, he killed Han Solo first, so yeah.
Remember, he killed his own pops.
But it didn't. If you listen to them, it didn't even seem like Han was that big of an influence in his life anyway.
No, it wasn't. Which is again goes greatly against what was in the books.
Yo, but what?
It looked in the Force of Unleashed or whatever. It looked like Han Solo was a deadbeat dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is why when he killed them, I was like, I can see that coming.
I was a little shocked, but then I don't read the books.
Well, again, in the books, Han loved Leia. Don't get it twisted. In the books. I mean, in the movies, you see the cool bravado. I love you. I know, or whatever. In the books, Han loved Leia and he loved his kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But in this movie, they made him look like a Chad and a Tyrone. You know?
Yo, and I can't believe for a fucking second, that Chewbacca would have been okay with this.
And that's my point. Because Wookiees are very loyal.
And it's a minor thing that people bring up, and at first I wasn't on this bandwagon, but after going back and watching the shit a few times, because I watched the whole 9 series, the whole 9 movies,
right,
as from start to finish, just to get a feel of everything, and I'm not with them. Han Solo just died. You don't go to Chewbacca?
Uh-huh.
You run to Rey? Rey's nobody. Who the fuck is this bitch? She's nobody.
Just wait for the girl to finish checking it.
Why the fuck are you not running to Chewbacca?
Yo, for real, man. This man has had Han Solo's back for years. Now, mind you, Chewbacca goes way back with Yoda. Back with Yoda. So Chewie's been involved with the Jedi since forever. You know what I'm saying? So you also have that connection. And it's like, yo, you're telling me, I'm sorry, even though Kylo Ren was Han Solo's kid, you telling me Chewie sees Han Solo being killed and he doesn't go berserk?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you would have to feel like Chewie would be an uncle to Ren. To Kylo Ren. You know what I'm saying? With as close as they were.
Yeah.
I think he would also try to go after Ren, like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with you? That was your father. Like some shit like that. Which I could see the whole him killing his mother would be the him going into the dark. But then him hearing like, "Yo, you killed your moms" or some shit like that, it will snap him back into the light. You know what I'm saying? Because like that's a strong fucking.
Well, originally my idea was for Kylo to be the one to blow the hole in the ship and send her out. But I think it's stronger if he sees it happen from somebody else.
Yeah.
Correct.
Because then you get that way to bring him back if you want. But Adam Driver was sold on the fact that he was going to be the reverse Anakin, where Anakin started in the light side and then turned into Vader into the dark.
Right.
Ben was going to go from the light side, or he was
the
going
dark
to.
side.
Yeah. Anakin went from light to dark back to light, where he was just going to go from light to dark and stay dark. That's how they got him to sign on to do the movies. But apparently, you know,
They didn't tell the other directors.
I mean, shit.
Which,
now.
yo, not for nothing. The first movie, what was that? A New Hope?
The original, yes.
No, the one with Ray, the one with
Force
Kylo Ren.
Unleashed. Or Force Awakens, I should say.
Yeah, when he stopped that the beam from the
boat?
I was like, yo, that is fucking dope. And then nothing else like that happened in any of the three movies. I'm like, I think that shit would have been fire. You start seeing them redirecting the shit with the Force. Like, I kind of like when they use the Force as a fucking weapon.
Dude, I've never understood why they don't use the Force as like sword and shield, but they have the Force. And in a moment where they can't get the lightsaber, I mean, you see it a little bit in the sequel trilogy where they stop the blade.
Yeah.
But nobody else beforehand has come up with a fucking way to shit. I'm out of position. Use the Force real quick to stop the fucking blade.
I mean, I just it's very hard for me. So I'm just like, eh. But then again, Mandalorian armor stops the blade too. So it's like, you telling me you guys wouldn't fucking be decked out in that armor? I would.
Word. And apparently there's new armor in this new show that does some shit to lightsabers, but I'll let you catch up and see that for yourself.
I mean, I'll probably watch this weekend or whatever. But again, also, if you read the books, I believe there's some kind of animal or entity that snuffs out lightsabers. Like, you can't ignite it near them or whatever because it won't work. I forgot in what book that's it. Like, and even one of the books towards the end, the Yuvon invasion, the Jedi couldn't even sense them because they can't sense the Yuvon. So that's a whole alien race that invades the New Republic. So, I mean, again, there's so many ways if they would have kept the books canon. There's so many source materials, brother. They could have, my man, Disney, if Disney wasn't so stupid and cancel all that stuff, Disney can still, I mean, we all know Disney's going to print money regardless. But had they kept the books, my man, they would have gotten everybody who does Star Wars, they would have gotten all their money.
Yeah. They would have, not only would they have been printing money as they're doing, but the fan base would have been united. We wouldn't be fractured right now. Well, right now we're actually all united in how much this fucking show sucks.
Your word.
That's the one thing that's consistent.
So I'm definitely gonna have to watch these episodes this weekend.
Yo, Hoach, even people that I know that on YouTube that are like the most fair that are not, they don't ever really say anything's bad unless it truly is bad.
All right.
Even they are saying that this show is bad.
Man, it hurts because the concept behind it was so fucking great.
Yeah, but that's the thing. When you watch it, I don't believe we're getting the actual concept they pitched us.
So they bamboozled us.
Yeah. No, they did. For weak acting and contradiction after contradiction.
All right.
You'll see it when you get there.
But yo, before we get to the main topic, who's the strongest Jedi in the Old Republic? Like before Anakin and Obi-Wan and all them, who was the strongest one that we could have a story about and see some new shit? Because I know throughout the years, didn't they say that the Force like kind of depleted through the bloodlines or some shit like that? Because that's usually how shit works. Back in the day, we had the strongest motherfuckers, and then with
now going back through the old stories or whatever, yes, it's almost like a mutant. If your mother was a mutant, your father was a mutant, you can probably have potential to be one of the Omega mutants or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So the Force is kind of like that, where if your father is Force sensitive and your mother Force sensitive, you will probably be very strong in the Force. But the only difference is like just like the X gene, it was random. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like Joe Bob from fucking West Bubblefuck could be strong in the Force, and nobody know because nobody's really around him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So to say something like that, it's you can't say that the Force diminished because of bloodline. The reason Force diminishes is because like a lot of things, people want to move on in life, so some stuff gets pushed back to the back, you know. And a lot of us are like, if we don't see it, we don't believe it.
Yeah. I mean, shit, Han didn't believe it, even though...
Yeah.
Right.
He was old enough to know.
He was one of the biggest doubters. He was one of the biggest doubters, but by the end of fucking Empire Strikes Back, he was like, oh, well, shit.
But I tell you one thing, I believe Danny Yen had the Force in him. In Rogue One.
But you can be Force sensitive and not be a Jedi.
Yeah. But so who would be the strongest?
Probably Revan.
Yeah. In the Jedi, yeah, Revan.
I think we need to see some shit like that. Like,
because you got to remember, Revan went from literally being one of the strongest Jedi's to then being one of the strongest Sith. And then the Jedi broke him in half. Like, for him to, if you read the books or whatever, the Jedi pretty much took the dark side out of him in some kind of ritual or whatever the hell they want to call it. And he lost his memory.
Yeah, and then didn't the Sith do the same shit to him?
Yeah, like he's been pulled like ragdoll between them both. Which
and now he's light side and dark side, and
well, he's the original
split personality.
To me, he is the originator of being a great Jedi. Because remember, he was a Jedi. He went out into outer, what the hell did they call it? The Outer Rim. Because he heard of a Sith army or whatever, ran into a new emperor, and that emperor was so strong in the Force that he turned Revan to the dark side.
And wasn't his blade also corrupted to that? Because I think it was Revan or somebody else, but I know someone's lightsaber can actually draw people to the dark side, and they had to block it up away in the temple. And the only one that can there was like 3 people that can handle it.
No, that was
female Yoda and some other.
That was an old Dark Jedi. He wasn't even the Sith. He was called the Dark Jedi. That was something Akun or something like that. That was before Revan.
See, these are stories I would like to fucking see.
I mean, I'll drop some stuff off to you next time I see you, because I got some stuff that I bought from Barnes and Noble. It's pretty thick, but it's almost like a comic book.
Like a graphic novel?
Yeah. I'll drop off. I have a couple of them. I'll drop them off. You can read them, and then just look at them and be like, "Yo, this would be so much better if they did this in a fucking movie."
Yeah.
But next time we link up, let me know, and I'll bring them, and I'll bring them out to the car, and you can just read them and stuff like that, bro.
All right. Cool.
So many great stories in those fucking in those old books, bro.
Word. Even in like regular comics. But all right, let's get to the main event. Cap, you want to go? You want to let us know where all this shit came from?
Yeah, so I read an article that said the Acolyte and the Last Jedi were right in showing us how faulted the the Jedi Order was or is.
Became.
No, not became, is.
Okay.
How corrupted and shady that the Jedi Order is. And this is what I take umbrage in. This is why I wanted to bring this up. Because George Lucas has already showed us the fall of the Jedi Order. So for a movie that's said afterwards and all this shit that's said before to turn around and keep telling us, oh, the Jedi were shit, the Jedi were shit. They take kids, they don't know what the fuck they're doing, they all lost their way. It's bullshit. That's all fucking bullshit. And we'll start with the fucking simplest thing. The Jedi take kids. Okay. You're telling me that there's certain people who have abilities beyond the natural world, but normal people have. They can control shit with their minds. They have connection to other senses where they can feel shit. They're connected to other living things. Their metachlorine count is high. You mean to tell me that it is okay for them not to be fucking trained, not to be made aware, hey, this is what's going on with you. We can help you control this. We can show you what it is so that you can be a productive person. You much rather them be left to their devices and fucking turn to the dark side. Not to fucking mention, once the Jedi already see that you have attachments and you're of a certain age, they don't fucking train you anyway. They don't fucking do it. They looked at Anakin Skywalker and said, nah, we're not going to do it. He's too old. He's got attachments. It took Qui-Gon dying and Obi-Wan saying, fuck it, I'm out, for Yoda to turn around and go, all right, this one is the one exception. You can train him. So this whole Jedi takes kids shit is bullshit. Again, I don't understand why people think that what the Jedi preach is a bad thing. The Jedi are not saying that you have to look at fucking Qui-Gon Jinn as your example. Look at Obi-Wan, what they said with him in the Clone Wars, in the animated show. The Jedi are not about being closed off, being devoid of anything. What the core of being a Jedi is and being the light side is controlling your emotions, controlling your desire, and having self-discipline so that when you do have fear, it doesn't push you closer to the dark side. You don't become desperate. You don't start using tactics that are unbecoming because you're afraid. When you feel hatred, you don't take it to a level that forces you to do some shit that you would normally never do. You can understand what that emotion is and process the shit. All right? What do you call it? The attachment to love and compassion. The Jedi are loving and compassionate. Look how Yoda treats Luke in Empire Strikes Back. Look how Qui-Gon is. Fucking Obi-Wan was dating the queen of Mandalore. They had a whole
secretly. He was about to leave the order for her.
Yeah. The Jedi are not divulge of anything. The Jedi is all about, the best way to live is to take all this shit that you have, your power, your knowledge, your fear, your anxieties, your anger, and controlling it and learning how to use it in a way that's beneficial to you so you don't go run to the dark side at the first chance. Because look at Anakin Skywalker. Anakin let his fear of Anakin let his fear of losing Padme push him into killing Padme, essentially. he let his hatred for the Sand People and what they did to his mom led him to murder every single one of the Sand People. Now, were they
Women and
bad?
children too.
Yeah, he murdered women and children. The people that had nothing to do with getting his mom. He let his anger fucking turn himself. He let his anger push him so far that he was all of his limbs and shit were severed, and he was burnt to a crisp because he wouldn't stop fighting Obi-Wan.
Because he never. Because Obi-Wan treated him like a brother, but he needed a father to teach him how to grow up.
He needed a pappy.
Because that was the thing. Everyone hated his acting in the first three, and then I watched it, like a couple years ago, and I was like, no, he's doing this on purpose because he's still a child.
Well, see, here's the thing, and I will speak on the fact that a lot of people say, "Oh, he played Anakin horrible." I'm like, no, he played Anakin the way he was supposed to be played. Anakin, for all his power, was an emotional bitch. He did not know how to control his emotions. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And when you don't know how to control your emotions, what are you? Impulsive. G, he goes see his mom, rescues his mom, she's dead. He impulsively kills an entire,
tribe.
You know what I'm saying? Again, he is there when Mace is about to kill the Emperor. The guy who has set everything in motion. And because the Emperor, pulls at his strings about Padme, he impulsively basically kills Mace Windu.
Yeah.
Or injures him to the point where, because, they never found his body. That's another thing. That could have been a great fucking series where they never found Mace Windu's body.
Yeah.
So that could have led to another great series, but I get sidetracked. You know what I'm saying? So I tell people, I said, Hayden Christensen played Anakin Skywalker like a man-child because that's what Anakin Skywalker was. He was a man-child. He had all the makings of a man, but the mentality of a child. To me, Hayden played a great Anakin Skywalker. And I know a lot of people would disagree with me, but I'm like, you guys got to understand, this is how he was told to play the character.
Yeah. Unfortunately, George Lucas, his worst aspect as being a director is the acting.
Yeah, he doesn't know how to direct the actors. It's a known thing. Why do you think Harrison Ford ad-libbed a couple of lines? The most famous line of Star Wars was ad-libbed because Han Solo was Harrison Ford was like, Han Solo was not gonna say "I love you too."
And on top of that, that's the only movie that wasn't directed by George.
And that's my favorite. Besides Rogue One, that's my favorite Star Wars is The Empire Strikes Back. Like to me, Rogue One and Empire Strikes Back are right there.
Yeah.
And this is something that I've spoken to Leigh about. He's like, yo, but why is 2 your favorite one? And I'm like, yo, it's written well and the acting it's great.
Yeah.
And plus, people, I was on IG the other day. And somebody was like, not IG, I'm sorry, it was YouTube, and somebody was like, some guy was on there. He said how all the Star Wars are named wrong.
Yeah.
I saw. I know if I was YouTube or IG or whatever, and I'm like, no, you idiot! They're all named correctly. I said you just don't know the significance of it. You know what I'm saying? Like he was like, oh, Episode 4 should not have been called New Hope. It should be called Return of the Jedi. And I'm like, Luke wasn't a Jedi in Episode 4, so you can't call it Return of the Jedi, you idiot. You know what I'm saying? It literally is Obi-Wan finally connecting with Luke, and now the Jedi or the galaxy has a new hope in somebody who can kill the Emperor.
Vader. Yeah.
Well, not Vader, the Emperor. Because remember, people forget. Everybody, Vader, for lack of a better thing, was the Emperor's fucking dog.
Yeah. He was
You know what I'm saying?
enforcer.
It was his lap dog. Go kill. Okay. You know what I'm saying? The Emperor was the one pulling all the strings. You know what I'm saying? And even
Yeah.
the few times that Darth Vader tried to kill the Emperor, failed. It's so funny because if you actually read the books again, and I know Cap will tell you, Vader tried to kill the Emperor many times with gaining allies, and the Emperor was always testing Vader and sending assassins to kill him. It was literally like everybody goes, oh, you know, Vader and the Emperor were so close together. No, they really hated each other.
Yeah, because Palpatine was always torturing Darth Vader because he didn't want him to be strong enough to kill him.
Right.
And Vader
Was always trying to find somebody that can help him kill Palpatine.
Yeah.
Remember, this is essentially the rule of two. One that has the power and one to crave it.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah. Which brings me back to my argument where they were like, oh, the Jedi's fucked up. The Sith are so bad that Bane had to come up with the rule of two. Because he knew how if you had too many people who are just unfucking feathered and just go by their own whims, that it'll never fucking work. They'll wind up destroying
the craziest
themselves.
thing was, I know me and you, Cap, have knowledge of Star Wars. Toe probably doesn't. The craziest thing was when you go back into the Old Republic, there were so many Sith, or actually at the time they were called Dark Lords, who were killing each other. They weren't even killing Jedi. They were killing each other for status.
Because didn't they think that the less of them there, the more power went around or some shit like that?
They thought it was a little bit like Highlander.
You know? And there were also a lot of jealousy. You know, oh, you have more riches than me, but I know I can fuck you up. So I'm going to go kill you, take your riches, and then take all your students. Like, it was literally, you know, it was, you know, let's put your dick on the table and see who has the biggest one.
Yo, that would be a dope show also.
What, put your dick on the table?
Yeah. That'd be the name of it, Dick on the Table. No, but like the Rule of Two, like that, I think that'd be a dope show to show the Sith Lords.
Yeah, so
well, I have a comic book that explains that, and I also have the Darth Bane books, also the trilogy. I'm gonna lend you all that stuff. I'm telling you, read it. It's a great read.
Yo, let's get into that a little bit, because this last, I don't know if you want to stick around for this because this is a little spoilery with the last episode.
I'll probably stick around. I have a great memory, but I also have the ability to forget shit.
Cool. So, because one of the things again in this article is like that I want to touch on before I get into that is, oh, the Jedi train kids to go to war. And there's two things I want to say. One, there was 1,000 years of peace.
Yes.
Before A New Hope.
Yeah.
So what war were they training kids for? 1,000 years.
The clone.
Yeah, right. And I mostly agree with you, Cap, but the only reason why that I say the Jedi were evil, it wasn't that completely. It was, to me, they lost their way.
But that's the thing. The Jedi, the Jedi themselves are not inherently evil.
No.
Like this article was saying, like they're saying, like the acolytes trying to point out, the Jedi were good. They were peacekeepers who then became politicians, who then became military. And the second and third step are not natural for what the Jedi Order is. So they lost their way in trying to navigate that.
Well, the Republic is asking them to be soldiers.
Yeah. And all that happened, we've seen all that happen already.
Right.
So for Rian Johnson to tell us, oh, the Jedi were... For Rian Johnson to take Luke Skywalker, this is why I say this article is full of shit, right? because we'll get into the non-spoiler shit that we can talk about. For Rian Johnson to be like, "Oh, the Jedi were wrong and full of shit." Hold on, you use Luke Skywalker to tell us that? You use the one guy who, in a fight with Darth Vader, with General Palpatine sitting 10 feet from him, threw his lightsaber away and said, "Fuck it, I'm not going to fight you. I know exactly what you're trying to do. I will not fall for it. I will not stand for it. I would use the teachings of Yoda and the Force, the Jedi, to sit here and abstain. And I'm not going to fall for your trap." And that
You hear the big words this man is using?
that brought Anakin back to the fucking light side.
Yep.
That dude wouldn't have brought the Jedi Order in a new direction.
Yeah, you made that guy a crying little, a whiny little old man bitch.
Yeah, that dude saw Ben Solo and was like, "Oh no, I have to kill him immediately because I know what's gonna." What? That makes no fucking sense. That makes absolutely no fucking sense. Luke would have rebuilt the fucking Jedi Order in the image what Qui-Gon was talking about and what they were before the fucking Galactic War. Because guess what? Darth Tyrannus. Fucking shit, the other name is escaping me
Like
right now.
No.
Smoke.
No.
Tyrannus, which is
Tyrannus. His other Jedi name was
the guy in the prequels with
shit. I know who you talking about. I know you told he has the curved lightsaber.
Yeah.
Dooku.
Count Dooku. There you go.
Dooku. If you listen to Dooku's only issue with the fucking Jedi is that they became fucking political, and then they became the fucking military.
Right.
He has no problems with any of the teachings of the Jedi.
No.
It's just they became political and criminal. Fucking Balian Skoke from Ahsoka. He still teaches Shin Hati the ways of the Force of the Jedi. He's not teaching you to be a Sith.
Right.
He's not disillusioned with the teachings.
And
He's
disillusioned with. You know who was his? Dooku was Qui-Gon Jinn's master.
Yeah. I mean, this is fucking bananas. And now, I say all this because now we're going to get into the spoiler. The main crux of this last episode was the Jedi don't love anybody. The Jedi push people away. The Jedi teach you to hold your emotion, to close yourself off, fuck everybody else. You can't do what you want to do. You have to do exactly what they say, otherwise none of this shit works. And then immediately he turns around and was like, "I found a different way. There's different emotions. There's hatred. There's fear. There's anger." And people are using that to go, "Well, see, the Jedi are fucked up." So you mean to tell me that you really want to run your life using fear, hatred, and anger? That's more seductive to you? That makes you look like a fucking idiot to suggest that is the more enticing side. Hey, I'm going to show up to this event and yeah, I'm a little nervous, but I'm not going to turn that nervousness into positive energy and let me get out there and psych myself up. No, I'm going to let the fear take over me. I'm going to let my hatred fucking guide me through this. This is fucking insane. How you think that they would have? First off,
and
look at Soul. He's the only good character who's quickly being fucking ripped to shreds and being one of the worst characters.
And also,
why do we turn to Soul? Why is he such a good? Because when you see him, he embodies what the fuck the Jedi are supposed to be. He's compassionate. He's you can see he has still connection. He's not ruled by fear or by hatred or by any of the other stupid shit.
And also the Sith Lord that everybody is saying that the Jedi is good. The Sith Lord is making this girl kill 4 Jedi. She has to kill 4 Jedi to be his student. And he's sitting here trying to save her. Does that make them evil? He's trying to turn her back because that's the sister of his Padawan. Like, he's the only one sitting there going, no, we can't arrest this girl because like, we know she's innocent. And we can save her sister because I know what happened to her family's fucked up and she's been lied to. He's even trying to find out what the fucking motive for the Sith Lord is.
Yo, there's this whole thing where they're trying to make the Jedi fallible, right? They're trying to show that the Jedi are not this high and mighty old shit. But guess what? I've said it 100 times already. We already know that the Jedi are not infallible. We've seen George Lucas himself showed us.
Jedi have turned to the dark side. So
He showed us that already. So why are you showing me that 70 years after
that's still going on?
Yeah, the one dude who was literally the New Hope just continued that fucking trend. Yoda, who fucking taught him, who showed up as a Force Ghost, didn't turn around and go, hey, don't make the same mistakes we did. Yoda just turned around and said, well, fuck it. Here's exactly how we fucked up. You do the same?
But he did that in the new movies when he burnt down the tree with all the books. He goes, obviously you didn't learn how to be a Jedi from the book, so boom, you teach them how to be a Jedi from what we taught you.
Yeah, in the same movie that's trying to tell us that the Jedi are full of shit. They show us Yoda showing us they're not full of shit.
He goes, those shit don't work no more.
Then with the Acolyte, you're going to tell us that, okay, so 100 years before the fall of the Jedi, they're still pieces of shit? They've been pieces of shit from the 1,000-year peace all the way to 100 years before, all the way to now, all the way to 70 years after. So at no point was Qui-Gon Jinn good, Obi-Wan Kenobi good,
Yoda
Plo Koon good, Ki-Adi-Mundi, Yoda, Mace Windu, Yaddle, Shanti, Luke Skywalker, Ahsoka Tano, not Grogu, not one of these characters good. They're all part of the same bullshit fucking, I'm going to fucking say it because it's probably where they're going with it based on people who's writing it. And I hate saying this, but it's all patriarchal bullshit. It's all fucking men putting their thumb on the fucking pulse and shut the fuck up. The Jedi are one of the coolest fucking characters ever. Do you know why Darth Maul looks the way he does? Because George Lucas wanted a clear distinction. Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan, good guys.
Yeah.
Darth Maul, bad guy.
But people don't understand that a lot of the teaching of the Jedi were the samurai way.
Yeah, George Lucas is heavily fucking influenced by Akira Kurosawa.
Correct.
The Seven Samurai and all that shit.
Right. I told somebody that and they're like, really? And I'm like, yes. Look at the teaching. Look at the discipline. One of the things of samurai is discipline, not to let the emotions take over you. You know what I'm saying? That is why, like if you ever read Japanese lore, whatever, ninjas were considered evil because they work in the shadows. You know what I'm saying? What does the dark side do? Work in the shadows.
Yeah.
Samurais are always out in the open. But who are out in the open? The Jedi.
But the crazy shit is, because of the appeal of the masses, everyone loves ninjas. And everyone hates samurai. Like, if you ever look at the TV shows now, the samurais are the bad guys and the ninjas are the good guys. Because it's so hard to be that disciplined.
Dude, Vin, you know me. You know I don't like. You love Casino,
Yeah.
right? You love Goodfellas.
Yeah.
What is the one reason why I don't like those movies?
Because
Or
they're
like
bad
The
guys.
Sopranos. Like
Because
you
they're
like The
bad guys at
Sopranos.
the core.
Yeah. Because you're showing us the bad guys.
Yeah.
It's like everybody's so fucking. It's weird because even you see it in wrestling. The cool guy is not the fucking hero. The cool guy is the bad guy
Or
because
the
he's the guy who
anti-hero.
gets to do whatever he
Yeah.
wants.
Or the anti-hero.
Yeah, or the anti-hero who still gets to do whatever the fuck he wants. I fucking assure you. I'm gonna use this example. Because this is the most innocuous example that I can bring up that still drives the point across, right? Because the whole crux of like, oh, I love Vader because Vader gets to do whatever the fuck he wants. Vader's strong. Vader's badass. He's not afraid of this. Blah 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 blah. Okay, yeah. Vader gets to go in there and slaughter fucking younglings, and Anakin gets to slaughter all the people that took, the whole village of Tusken Raiders that took his mom. From on paper, that looks like something that, fuck it. If I could do it, I would fucking do it. 6 grown-ass men, myself included, right? We went out in the middle of the Indian Ocean, deep sea fishing. There's not a fisherman in the world who hasn't caught a fish, killed the fish, cooked the fish. That's the natural progression.
Right.
You catch the shit, you kill the shit, you eat the shit. Natural progression. 6 grown-ass men with the intent to catch, kill, and eat. We brought the fish on board. When they told us we had to be the ones to do it, not one of us was jumping at the bit. And when the guy who picked up the mallet, when he finally did it, the ride back was so fucking awkward. Because no, you think, oh, it's a fish. We catch the fish, kill the fish, we eat the fish. It's no big deal.
Right.
The people on the boat have done it so many times. It's no big deal. Except, it is a big deal.
Correct.
When you actually have to be the one to do it, and you see the ramifications of it, it takes a completely different fucking turn. For all you people who are like, oh, I play first-person shooters all the time. I play Fortnite and Call of Duty and all this shit. I can tell you right now, after holding and being trained, I've said it before, I'm trained on more weapons than actual fucking G.I. Joe characters. When it's done for real, that shit ain't fucking cool.
Yeah.
That shit's not for fun. When you actually know what the operating system is meant to do, it's a completely different story. So this obsession with, oh, getting to do whatever you want and being free and all that shit, it's an illusion. It's all a fucking illusion. And you're just as free. Here, I don't drink at all. I don't drink. I don't go out and party. I don't smoke. I don't do drugs. I don't do none of that shit. Hey, I don't have relationships. I don't do most of the shit that everybody else does. And they've said it on this podcast. Other people have called me out for it. Say I live a boring life. I'm living my life wrong. My boys are in relationships. Right now, if I want to get off of this and fucking go play Elden Ring or leave and go, hey, let me go catch a midnight movie. Let me go do something. Hey, I'm going to Comic-Con. I'm going to the Renaissance Fair. I'm doing all this shit. I can do that. Now, can my boys do that? Maybe. But they got to ask somebody else. I know people I work with people who are tied down because who has kids with this one and that one and the other one. So now they got 3 fucking baby daddies who are all jarring at each other, making life fucking difficult. Because you want to be free. There's nothing in the Jedi text that says you can't be free. That says you have to be contained. The only thing is hey, this is how we found to be the easiest way to conduct yourself while having the ability to connect to a power that allows you to walk up and go, this is not what you're looking for.
Yeah. One of
People
the
gotta understand too. It's not like the Jedi were out there stealing kids. The Sith were out there stealing kids.
Yo, even
Yeah.
in, and again, there's a little spoiler. Even in the fucking episode, I went back. Trinity says, with your permission. They don't just outright take.
Nope.
Yeah. Yeah, I was watching a video where somebody was basically explaining it in the most simplest way. The Jedi are selfless and the Sith are selfish.
Correct.
Where it's like they feel like the Jedi's true happiness is helping other people. And that's where they would get their fulfillment in helping other people.
Well, if you go back, everybody goes, "Oh, why are Sith apprentice stronger than Jedi apprentice?" And that is because Jedi are taught to be compassionate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Care for others. Sith apprentice are taught to be selfish, like you said, to want all that power for yourself.
Yeah. We brought it up already. But what happened? In the biggest moment of his life up until that point, Obi-Wan Kenobi is hanging in the fucking shaft. His master's dead. He's
Right.
got the Sith Lord fucking taunting him.
Correct.
What does Darth Maul do? Darth Maul gives into what all Siths do, gives into his selfishness, starts celebrating early.
His
What
ego.
does Obi-Wan do? Obi-Wan steals himself, calms himself, gets rid of the fear, gets rid of his anger, gets rid of his hatred, comes up, slices that motherfucker in half. Anakin Skywalker, Darth Vader, Obi-Wan standing on top of the hill. He's got the high ground. Anakin gives into his fear, gives into his hatred, gives into the dark side, attacks when he was told not to. What does Obi-Wan do?
It gives into his ego.
Yeah. What does Obi-Wan do?
Slice
Steadies
that
himself.
motherfucker. Yeah.
Controls himself. Once again, the second time Darth Maul and Obi-Wan
Obi-Wan.
fight. If you look at exactly what happens, the fight is not even 2 seconds. Why? Because Obi-Wan sees in Darth Maul's eyes that Darth Maul is still fear, hatred, anger, all that shit. And what does he do? He shows him the form. The same form that I fought you with the first time. Oh, that triggers something in Darth Maul.
Of course.
Now the form that that Qui-Gon fought you with. You think you have an opening. Nope. I go into this actual form, the true form, and bam, one strike, cuts him down.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right. You know what I'm saying? Like again, and we've seen it when it comes to sports. Usually, what happens when you celebrate too early? You end up losing.
It's the ball stripped from him.
Yeah, you end up losing. You know what I'm saying? So in episode 1, The Phantom Menace, Darth Maul celebrating too early. He's like, this guy there's nothing this guy can do. You know what I'm saying? Now, Darth Maul could have just stand there nice and still and be like, you have 2 ways. Either you try to jump up and I'm going to cut you down, or you're going to get tired and you're eventually going to fall. But again, he feeds into his ego. He feeds into his impatience.
Bravado.
He becomes impatient. That's why he starts slashing the ground. You know what I'm saying? And taunting that face he's making is not because he got sliced in half. It's because he realized I fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And again, Obi-Wan uses a forbidden move. Now, mind you, know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure that Darth Maul didn't expect Obi-Wan to use a forbidden move. But again, people forget who was Obi-Wan's master.
Qui-Gon.
No, did Qui-Gon follow the rules to the letters?
Nope.
No, because again, what it means to be a Jedi, and what the Jedi Council had to become in the time of the Clone Wars and the Separatist Wars are two vastly different things.
Correct.
And I think that's what people are getting misconstrued when they write articles like, "Oh, the Jedi are shadier than we think." They're not.
No, granted, did they lose their way? Yes, because they were asked to win a war. They weren't asked to keep the peace. They were asked to win a war. So
Yeah.
their Jedi apprentices and the Jedi Knights and then Masters became generals. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at the Clone Wars, all right, like you can see why his troops loved Anakin, because Anakin was, ready
He
to
cared that his team survived.
right by any means necessary.
Shit. When Ahsoka was trapped, he was the only one that gave a shit and wanted to go help Ahsoka.
Right.
They were like, you gotta let her go.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why, like a lot of people say, oh, well, how come the troopers didn't attack Anakin when they turned? And that was, and it's real simple. You know what I'm saying? They didn't see Anakin as a Jedi. They saw Anakin as one of their own.
There actually is evidence that Palpatine, not only what you're saying is correct, but Palpatine actually went out and did mini tests to certain Jedi commanders. And if they passed, when Order 66 went out, it was like execute Order 66, except for that one, and that one. And they were allowed to live.
Right. The most brutal killing was that lady Jedi on that planet. Like, she got smoked and she was on the ground and they were still shooting her up. Because I guarantee you she was one of those Jedi's was like, well, if we lose so-and-so, then so be it. Nothing is more important than the mission. Anakin was like, there's nothing more important than my squad.
Yeah.
Now, another reason that I bring up this article is because, again, George Lucas himself has already written in how the Jedi felt. So we know that the Order, not the teachings, the Order was not a perfect union. Like, we know that. But the way this last episode, the way they made Soul so obviously fucking trash compared to the dark side, which is so fucking enticing and so fucking sexy and all that shit. You had to take a character who was good and completely drive him into the ground in order for it to make sense. You wouldn't have to do that if the Jedi were just trash to begin with.
Shit. And
but because they're not trash, you had to take that character and completely 180 right him from what he was just an episode before.
And the craziest thing is, to prove that the Jedi are not evil, Darth Vader hated Anakin. They're the same person. It was 2 times that Anakin came out of Darth Vader. That was when he found one of the clone troopers, and he realized that was Anakin, and they knew each other, and he like let him live or some shit like they worked together. and that there was like Anakin came out of him like that, and he showed respect to that Clone Warrior. And then with Ahsoka, and he hated himself for that. Like Darth Vader hated Anakin for leaking out of him. How are you evil if the evil side of you hates that side?
Yo,
You're right.
Anakin, look at. I'm glad you brought up Ahsoka. Because one of the best parts about Ahsoka is when Anakin comes back and is training Ahsoka in the world and the lands between. And what is he doing? He's showing her
You're not me.
that that I taught you better then to give into the hate, to the fear, to the dark side, all that shit. Anakin, the man who turns into Vader, is proof positive, showing you that the teachings of the Jedi are superior than what the dark side is.
Correct.
Like, come on. I don't know what this whole fucking this new obsession of tearing down anything that's considered as an authority. When authority is useful, discipline in life is useful. I bet you they're the same people who are like, now, this is a little more political than we ever get here. But the defunding the police.
Right.
The initial intent, to give you the actual story, the initial intent was not to defund the police. That's a stupid name that should have never been brought up because it was rightfully so lambasted and twisted into what is now that if you defund the police, you just don't believe in policing. The initial intent was, hey, the cops don't need military-grade tanks to roll the street.
Or body armor or weapons.
Well, it wasn't so much the body armor. It was the excessiveness of some of the weaponry. Like, they're not saying the initial intent wasn't, hey, let's take money away from the police so they can't do their job. The initial intent was, hey, what are the police using or buying? Like fucking, they literally have armored plated trucks that have never been used. So they were like, well, let's
Not to cut
stop
you off.
buying that.
Not to cut you. There was a precinct in the Bronx that had one of those robotic dogs made. They showed it once, and they scrapped it. That was like a couple of millions of dollars that they just wasted there.
Yeah.
So again, the program was to stop wasting money in that way, and put money towards more training for the police, to hire social workers that will then be trained and deputized in cases where you have somebody who is maybe not of right mind,
Correct,
or emotionally disturbed, or if it's some sort of domestic abuse case. So you can have social workers and people there that are specifically trained to handle nonviolent instances that could de-escalate the situation and talk the person down.
Yeah, because
from whatever's happening.
Fucking training is not enough.
Yeah, that was the initial intent. Hey, how about we don't buy the $7 million robot that nobody's gonna fucking use, and we train the police better, and we make them better equipped to deal with non-violent crimes and situations that need a little bit more.
And we also put
finesse.
more money back into programs like the Police Athletic League.
Yeah,
where we're gonna keep kids off the streets. We're gonna have cops. We're gonna have cops involved in showing these kids that there's other things besides, being a scammer,
being a Sith Lord.
Yeah. So that was
Basically,
that was the initial intent. And I bring that up because I feel like that's now what they're trying to do with the Jedi, is to show, hey, we got to tear the Jedi down so we can rebuild it in a new way. It's like, well, Luke was already supposed to have done that. And it doesn't need to be teared down completely. They need to get back to what they were doing before. So people are taking they got to be taking their worldviews about defunding the police and how that got misconstrued into this other bullshit where you just don't support cops, which is dumb because they're gonna be the first person you call when shit hits the fan. They took that twisted view, and they're now putting it in a TV show that's simply about good and evil. That's Star Wars. Good guys, bad guys. That's it.
You are right. I mean, my whole thing was, like I said in my thing, they're not evil, but they did lose their way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And again,
It became something they're not.
And that's gonna happen when you're asked to do something that's out of your character.
Because that's the thing with damn, I forgot who fucking says it. But power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. And they gave the Jedi more power than what they initially wanted, and it corrupted them into thinking that they were in charge of shit and they can make those decisions on who dies and who doesn't.
Now, mind you, the reason, and there was a genius plan by Sidious and whatever, in creating a clone army was, the separatists had machines, so they can just keep on producing machines.
Oh, who's coming back? Oh, shit.
Listen, I've been saving this button.
Oh no, we suck again.
Fuck the police. What y'all talking about over here?
Something that's out of your league.
I said defunding the police. I said I gotta show up. I'm the only black one here.
Oh no! We suck again!
What's up, guys?
We didn't want you!
What is that from?
La Greca.
Yeah.
If you watch the Busted Open video that came out yesterday or today, he's talking about the WrestleMania documentary, and this is what he's referring to when The Rock said that he's the one who made the decision.
I said no! We didn't want you!
That's why you changed the fucking main event, not because you said we should change it. We didn't want you in the main event. We the people changed the WrestleMania. He went off on a tangent.
Yeah, but Cap, like I was saying, they're not inherently evil, but they lost their way. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people who saw them as peacekeepers are now seeing them as, war veterans, for lack of a better word.
Well, because the thing is, when someone is in control and they make all these rules, who's the ones that suffer?
But the
lower class.
The crazy thing is,
Always.
is like you see these people who are like, oh, the Jedi are evil because they've lost their way. No, the Jedi have lost their way, but they're lost their way because they're trying to keep your ass from fucking becoming a slave.
Yeah, that's what. But I'm saying, like, the lower class, the people who are the furthest away from making all these decisions that are supposed to make our lives better are the ones that fucking suffer with all this shit, because we're the furthest away from making these decisions, but we're always the first ones that have to have to go through the change. You know what I'm saying? Like you live in the ghetto and you see all the police with how their forcefulness and their lack of fucking privacy and all that. They're stop and frisk, all that shit. And then you go to like a nice neighborhood and the police is like, hey, brother, how you doing? And all this other blah, blah, blah. And they know people there. It's just because we're the ones that have to enforce the fucking change, because we're the ones that you made the decision. We no longer can live like this when we're not even a part of the decision. That's why they look so fucking bad to most of these people.
I'm sorry to tell you that, but I don't agree with that take.
You don't agree with what take?
NYPD.
You don't agree with when you get pulled out of a car 3 times a week that the cops would be fucked up?
Well, no, I'm saying that
I was racially profiled countless times.
Right, but you made it seem like, oh, the cops, they're not evil. They're just, unfortunately doing their jobs. And
No, 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 no. I'm not.
Hell no,
I'm just
no,
saying.
never.
some of these
No, no.
cops, are pure assholes.
Oh no, no. That's what I'm getting at. But I'm just
Yeah.
saying it's like we feel it, and that's why we looking at them like they're assholes because they got to be assholes to do their fucking job like that. But
They don't have to be assholes to do their jobs. They're just assholes
No, no.
because they think they
To
have
do-
all that power.
to do their jobs like that.
Sometimes you got to be an asshole to be a cop, bro.
Well, remember when you ask someone to do their job, they're automatically going to turn into an asshole because they're not paid to do their job.
Listen, all I know is Cap is correct. We need cops to be better trained.
Of course.
Because how can you enforce the laws when you don't
He didn't
even
understand
follow
what
those?
word I said.
Who?
It went over you. It went over his head.
I know what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. But what I'm saying is, that's what you were saying is why I agree with Cap is that we need, the cops or people who are hired to be cops to actually be better trained than what they are now, because the reason why they act the way they act when they racially profile us when we're walking down the streets for no apparent reason is because they don't know shit. In 6 weeks, they're taught how to hold the gun, how to use a stun gun. You know what I'm saying? And they're not taught how to de-escalate. They're taught how to just stop people.
They're actually taught it's a war between us and them, and they need to come home to their families.
Right, their
That's
safety.
what they're
Their
trained to
safety
do.
is more important than our safety.
I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes it is, bro.
What?
Sometimes they getting shot at for free.
I hear you, but I'm not the one shooting at them.
Yeah,
I'm not the one. I'm not the one that stole the car, but I'm the one getting pulled out of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the one with the gun down the street, but I'm the one getting patted down for one. I'm the one where they stole my car. I'm not but I'm still the one that gets pulled over and pulled out the car because I stole my own car. I don't give a shit if you getting shot at. This is me being 100% truthful with you, show. I don't give a shit if you're being shot at because 90% of the police officers never took the gun out their fucking holster.
I agree.
And guess what? Just because you're being shot at don't mean that you get to treat me like I'm some kind of fucking animal. Because we get shot at every day too, bro. The little girl that was crossing the fucking street, she ain't starting no fucking problem.
But she got
a fucking bullet in the fucking head.
True.
You don't see her father going, well, my daughter got shot at, so I could be a dick. Nah.
Or don't be surprised if there's some people that go crazy. But yo, Hoach, to what you were saying, my recommendation would be, I feel like they don't put the correct cops in the correct areas. If they put people that actually understood the hood, like this nigga's crazy. I know.
Bro, some of those most idiotic, most crookedest cops I've ever come across are motherfuckers that grew up in the same neighborhood I grew up.
Word? I thought it was that they didn't understand the hood. It's crazy.
Because when you're from the hood and you try to become a cop, they're going to put you in the hood because they think, oh, you understand the hood. But what happens is a lot of those cops, now that they have a gun and a badge, they think they are somebody.
Hell yeah, I'm the law.
You're not just Dredd. You are not the law. All right. But like I said, a lot of those, like when you're from the hood and you become a cop, they put you in the bad neighborhoods because they feel like, oh, you know what's going on. And a lot of those cops, that are from the neighborhood, the majority, not all of them, but the majority of them think that now that they're a cop, they're above what they were before.
True.
You know what I'm saying? And it's a thing that goes through their heads.
Power trip.
You look like you were about to say something, Cap.
No, I was just gonna say that this is the same worldview that I think is bleeding over into the constant need to tear down the Jedi Order, which is the only reason why I brought it up. I mean, this is a conversation for you three because I'm not nearly as affected
Don't hand over your license. Avilas, get out the car. We got him.
Yo, bro, I got pulled over for speeding, and the cop talked to him.
Make it your license.
She asked him if he knew why I was pulled over.
Word, you know why he's pulled over? You lucky he's with you, fam, because I would have yanked him out.
She said, "Yeah, now take this ticket, nigga."
Oh shit! But go ahead, Cap. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah, but it's insane. This is the view that's bleeding in.
But that's different though.
But it's not, because the people who are writing the show are not separating their worldview from what they're writing.
Right, they're putting on paper what they see in the world.
Yo,
Yeah, and the
instead
people,
of it being a fictional kind of world, now it's
Yeah.
here's the major problem. The people who are writing this show are looking. The people who are writing the show look like me. Their interactions, I guarantee, with the authorities are not y'all guys' interactions. But they're using y'all interactions to fuel their view. Like, you see, when you guys talk up like that, I stay quiet. I don't say shit. I mute my mic. I don't say nothing because I don't have an authority to talk on this. Because I don't live in that world.
you don't want to live in this world. But
yeah, it'll be like me turning around going, all right, I'm gonna use the story you just said, and now I'm gonna write the next Captain America. And I'm gonna use the fact that Captain America now runs around and pulls fucking Germans out of a car because he thinks they're Hydra.
I see what you're getting. I see the connection you're doing. Yeah.
Now I'm just making two different distinctions. What's happening in the real world is not what I'm talking about with tearing down the Jedi Order.
no, yeah.
But there's the reason why it's happening, I think, is because of what's happening in our world.
I hear you.
But they also try to glorify the Sith though. Because the thing is, the Sith is preaching to this girl. And what he's saying is absolutely right. But one of the best lines in Find Me Guilty from the prosecutor is, not to mention they kill people from time to time. That's what they forget about the Sith Lord. This motherfucker's running around killing people for no reason. He's forcing you to kill people for no reason. He wants to hold the power. But what he said in that little synopsis with his shirt off sounded cool. So now we like him. And the Jedi are pieces of shit.
But you gotta understand, part of what the Sith are is, they're liars.
They're manipulators.
You know what I'm saying?
But they manipulated that writer to fucking talk about the Jedi are evil.
Right. Well, again, I mean, if you're doing a show called the Acolyte or whatever, and you're gonna have it's almost you know how Obi-Wan uses the Jedi mind trick in The New Hope.
Yeah.
When the guy goes, these are not the droids you're looking for. He goes, these are not the droids we're looking for. The Sith have something very similar to that. You know what I'm saying? Where they, I don't know, I wouldn't say put you under the spell, but some of them have that power that they can use you to persuade you better, They
don't have a perception check.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So,
something? This show, The Acolyte, should have been akin to like The Sopranos. Where if you watch The Sopranos, do you like Tony Soprano? Yeah, do you like one of the other characters? I don't know. I've never watched it, so I don't know the names. But do you like certain characters? Yeah, because the show's about them. You have to like the character, otherwise the show doesn't work. But at every step of the way, they remind you, oh no, this guy's a bad guy.
Right.
This guy's not the hero of the story. he's the main character, but he's not the hero.
Right, he's actually the villain.
Yeah, that's how this show should have been. Not trying to make him if somehow now a hero or the most enticing thing let me not say the most enticing thing. So juxtaposed that again, the scenes with the Sith make the Sith look so fucking smart and suave and cool and dapper and all that shit. And then the scene with the Jedi, they literally had to write it so that the Jedi looks like the biggest fucking moron in the fucking galaxy. And not just that one Jedi. All the Jedis in that episode look like complete fucking idiots.
Hey, stupid.
Yeah.
No, I completely hear. I completely understand what you're saying, Cap.
Sure, what do you think?
Honestly,
you don't even know what show we're talking about.
Or I don't know. But I ain't gonna lie. I stepped in here.
You don't even know what date we on.
I stepped in here out of responsibility.
He thinks this is Wednesday.
And y'all was talking about police, so I might be able to sleep in here and tell y'all how many arrests I got, but I don't know about the cops and the Jedis getting arrested because they white or they wearing the white suits. I don't know. What? Darth Vader because he's black. They threw him in the cop. No, I don't know none of that. You good? I heard somebody was gay though. The show. Is this the show that has the gay person in it?
Yo, that's the funny thing. I don't know, Hoach, if you heard the whole controversy with this being the gayest Star Wars show. They showed 2 lesbians for 20 minutes, and then the rest of it has been regular heterosexual shit.
Right.
So I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
And they might not even be lesbian. They just might be people that decided to make kids. Because you didn't see no kissing or passionate love between them. You saw, bitch, I made these kids. You just held them.
Raising the Acolyte too?
Yeah.
You got baby mamas in there too?
Yep.
God
that
damn
motherfucker.
Who's the
That's
one
why he left.
Because I know the gay people are probably happy.
So, Cap, let me get this right. In all the episodes they've shown so far, because they've been, I guess, whatever you want to call it, lesbian scene, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They're saying that the show.
No. So the writer and the showrunner and the main actress did an interview, and the interviewer was like, how do you guys feel with this being called the gayest Star Wars show ever? And they went on a whole, I think it was tongue in cheek, to be honest. But the actor and the showrunner went on a whole diatribe about how this is the gayest Star Wars show. Star Wars is for gay people. Us nerds fucking hate them. We're intimidated by them. We don't want them around. When in reality, there has been there was a kiss between a woman and a woman in Rise of Skywalker.
Yes.
In this show, there's a coven of witches, and they're all women. But a coven of witches is always all women. Because if you're a male, you'll be a warlock. That's how the fuck it works. Yeah. And 2 of them talk like they had something to do with raising kids and or in a relationship. But they weren't kind to each other. They didn't flirt with each other. They didn't kiss each other.
Mm-hmm.
There was no moves made towards each other. So I don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
That's crazy. One little scene and it's automatic. I hate when they overdo it or underdo it.
I was going to say, when you said the gayest one, I was like, did nobody ever see the Star Wars Christmas special?
Shit.
That's gay for a whole different reason. But so wait, you telling me that the leading actress and just went a whole spiel?
Yeah, they responded to the fucking they responded
Instead of saying, "Hey, this is no, that was just one shot in the whole series or whatever," does not define this show.
Yeah,
But
that's what I'm saying.
You're telling me it went to a whole spiel how nerds and geeks, whatever the hell you want to call us, we hate them.
Yeah, we fear them.
I can give two shits about you.
Word.
Sure. We get as many as you want.
That's what I'm saying. I think it was done in tongue in cheek because there's literally nothing in this show. I can go episode by episode and explain everything that happens, and at no point would you have turned to me and said, "Yo, what's all the gay shit in here?"
Was that a lesbian scene?
No.
Ooh, nobody's seen Deadpool.
Yo, the only
Watch the fucking boys you want.
interaction of sexuality is between a man and a woman, and people who identify as male and female.
Wow, that's so horrible.
But that's the problem with this show. Dude, you gotta watch it and make your own distinction. But the writing is shit. The way the people are acting behind the scenes is shit. Yo, Vin, did you see that? Remember the video I sent you guys? I think last week.
So
where it had the duality of how Mon Mothma was talking during the interview at Star Wars Celebration versus how this.
Yes.
You saw it, right?
Yes, I saw it.
You saw the distinction of how Mon Mothma was?
Yo, this woman asked Mon Mothma, they asked her about her character, and she basically said, "This is who this character is. This is how she progresses during the series, and this is how I relate to her." The one of the witches, they asked her about her character, and she goes, "She's a strong black woman." Like every interview, she's a strong black woman. She's a strong black woman. She's a strong black woman. And I'm sitting, I'm like, you don't even know who the fuck you playing, do you?
Yeah, you're supposed to transform into this person.
Yo, if you still got it, send that video to Hoach.
Yeah,
Send it to the comic room.
Send it to me, and I'll watch that shit.
There's no spoilers of the series. It's just how the two actresses handle questions about the characters they play. And you can see there's a vast difference between somebody who. So
you're telling me that girl that said, she's a sort of strong black woman. She's like the girl that played Wednesday, Jenna Ortega, or whatever. That I know she came out. She said some shit, and everybody's like, "Oh, what are you talking about?"
No, this girl's more like Rachel Salazar, the one who's playing Snow White.
Oh, really?
It's funny because when the woman from the movies answered the question, everybody cheered. When this woman answered the question, everybody was like, "What?"
I couldn't answer because I would have a question. I'm like, yo, that's not what they fucking asked you. Can you answer the fucking question?
Word.
Wow. I'm trying to. I haven't even watched the clip, Cap, but I'm already seeing a picture. Because if you're telling me she's like the girl that plays Snow White, that was talking about how Snow White is a strong female character, and she don't need no Prince Charming and whatever the fuck she was talking about. If this girl is talking like her, that's a problem, man.
Yo, she's got. Dude, I'm just watch it because I don't want to taint your view of it. Just watch it for yourself. You have no choice but to come to the same conclusions we did.
So you sent it yet?
No, I'm still looking for it. I was looking for it in my history, but I think I got it in.
That's just horrible.
You want me to send it to you again? It was there on July 2nd.
The Ray Park talks about becoming Darth Maul for no.
The one before that. Two before that, because the next one is an Elden Ring one.
So I
got it.
My man Ray Parker, aka Snake Eyes, aka Darth Maul.
Your word.
Yeah, he was only supposed to be the stunt double, or the stunt double, whatever, and they made him Darth Maul.
All right, I sent it to you on Instagram. And Cap, I sent you the LaGreca thing on your email.
Okay, that's what that was. All right. I saw the email. I was like, why did he send me the link again?
Oh boy.
Yeah. But yeah, man.
I could just see from the way the caption is. Oh boy, here we go. I'm gonna watch it, but y'all can keep on. I can just see by the caption.
I think our discussion is pretty much done.
Yeah. I don't think the Jedi were meant to be evil. I think it's just the Jedi were put in a position that it skewed their original beliefs in
Well,
order to fit their new roles.
not to cut you off, because I'm watching this. It's 2.5 minutes, whatever. But you know the added saying is I guess you play the hero for so long you end up become being the villain
Yeah.
in other people's eyes. I think the fact that the Jedi had to change to adapt to what was going on in the world, that in a lot of people's eyes they went from being the peacekeepers to being instigators. Because all they saw them was fighting, the separated army.
Yeah.
And again, if you like I always mess up the saying, but like you play the hero for so long, you end
You
up
either die to see yourself as a hero, or you live long enough to see yourself as the villain or some shit.
you become the villain or something like that.
You die a hero, or you live long enough to become the villain.
There you go. Yeah, that's the same.
Yeah. Couldn't have said it any better ourselves.
And then with the absolute power, I forgot where that came from.
And on that note, that's
Yeah.
the perfect note to
Word. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen,
that show acting as President Biden.
with absolute power, I don't even know what the fuck he said. I don't even know what the
before
fuck
you
he
leave,
said.
Before you guys leave, literally the second comment actually is good to see there's still actors who try to understand their characters more than just powerful woman leader. That's literally the second comment on this video. And I believe that says it all. I don't even have to watch the whole video because I can already see where this is going with. Wow.
Yep.
You fool.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, it's your friendly neighborhood.
Fuck out of here.
It's your friendly neighborhood knuckleheads signing out.
We didn't want you.
Always
Peace,
a
everybody.
pleasure,